What is going on, Papa Fam? Welcome back to another stream. Oh, it is good to be back, guys. I have some exciting stuff for all of you. I can see so many people getting hyped up already in the comments. This is what I like to see. This is what the Papa Fam energy is about. What is going on, guys? Let me know where you're tuning in from right now in the comments. If you're watching live right now, live chat, afterwards drop a comment wherever you're watching right now. Welcome to the Papa Fam Crypto Draw Web3 Lottery DApp. Are you ready to build your first ever lottery DApp? Guys, say hello to what we're going to be building today. Welcome to the Papa Fam Draw. Look at this, guys. This is going to be what we're going to be building today, an incredibly powerful Web3 DApp, application, decentralized app, whatever we want to call it. It is the place to be right now. So I'm going to show you how this app works. Right now we're using it on the Polygon network, but I'm going to show you how you can use it on the Ethereum blockchain or the Polygon blockchain or a range of others. And we're going to be supported by this from the amazing and beautiful guys over at Thirdweb. So let's jump into a demo right now. I'm going to buy some tickets right now, and this is going to be some real lottery tickets, guys. So you can see this is coming out of my account right now. I'm going to go ahead and click confirm. Also notice you can now donate to the channel with Ethereum. Let's go. USA in the building. What is up, Jim Notones? Zimbabwe in the house. Giancarlo from UK. That's what I'm talking about. Tunisia in Canada. Oh, this is sick. I thought we'd get the energy up with some new vibes, new music. Look at this, guys. The tickets are now in. We have 8 tickets in this draw. I've gone a bit further than this. We can actually go ahead and we've got some admin controls, as I've even implemented admin functionality. So you even got admin functionality. You can go ahead and do a bunch of things like draw a winner, withdraw commission. But what if I want to change account? Okay, I'm going to show you how we can do that as well. So I'm going to log out of this account, and you can see we've got a beautiful splash screen. Everything is done with Next.js, a bunch of cool stuff as well. So I'm going to go ahead and switch my account right now. I'm going to show you how to do all of this. Do not worry. So I'm going into a second account right now. I'm going to go ahead and log in. And as you can see, this user is not an admin. So we no longer have those admin controls. But the beautiful thing is we can switch between the 2 different users by literally switching inside of our MetaMask. So you can see I can actually switch between them. So let's go ahead and buy, let's just say 5 tickets for this user as well. So I'm going to go ahead and buy a bunch of tickets right now. You can see the total prize pool gets accumulated based on the amount of tickets that each person buys in. So imagine you have 100 people buying in different tickets. Now the prize pool is massive. And then you're going to go ahead and have one winner from that prize pool. And the best part is, if you're an admin and you've set this up, you will go ahead and make a little commission on every single person who buys a ticket. So this is a win-win for everyone, guys. This is an actual winning lottery system. You can see I just bought 5 tickets. Now you can see there's 87 tickets remaining in this draw. We've got about 24 minutes left in this draw, but I'm going to speed it along and show you how we determine a winner. So I'm going to go ahead and show you now if we're inside of this one. Let me know right now, by the way, guys, if this is a damn cool app, because we've actually gone ahead and done something totally different on the channel. I challenged myself. I thought, let's do something huge on this channel, and we're doing it thanks to the guys over at Thirdweb. So I'm going to be showing you their brand new deploy and release feature set, which is damn incredible. It's the reason why you're going to learn how to deploy your first smart contract with Solidity in today's video. So it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun, man. Honestly, this is so cool. I can see everyone going crazy in the chat. Mr. Beast live. Whoa, this is dope, mate. If that's actually Mr. Beast, I will lose my mind. That is so cool. I swear to God, I hope it is something to do with that. But okay, this is sick. Let me know where you're watching from, guys. I see so many people jumping in. I'm trying to keep up with the chat. It's going nuts right now. Subscribe, like if you haven't already. We're going to keep doing this. I've got so much content coming. You have no idea. We're literally on fire right now. So we're going to go ahead and draw a winner from this prize pool. So let's go ahead and draw a winner. So we go ahead, pick a lucky winner. We have to accept this as this is happening on the blockchain. This is all through a smart contract, which I'm going to show you how to deploy. I'm going to give you all the code for the smart contract in today's video as well. So we're going to confirm this right now. Picking a lucky winner, right, guys? Who do you think it's going to be? Is it going to be the admin, or is it going to be the other user who we signed in as? Let's see. The interesting moment of truth. Oh, if it's this guy, you're going to see something pretty cool. If it's not this guy, oh, it was not this guy. So this guy didn't win. The admin didn't win. Let's go ahead and check in our second account. You can see a next draw started. Can we see a winner? Whoa, winner, chicken dinner, guys. You can see this person has actually won the prize pool of 0.117 Matic, and you can go ahead and withdraw, or you can enter the next lottery. So let's go ahead and withdraw our winnings. So right now you can see in this account, I've got about 0.1086 Matic, which is Polygon, basically. We're gonna go ahead and withdraw our winnings, and you can actually go ahead and accumulate. So if you win 3 in a row, it's gonna go ahead and accumulate it. Let's withdraw our winnings, and you'll see that this number should go up a certain amount. So we're gonna look at something like 0.2 in a second. So as this is happening, I'm gonna go ahead and explain what you're gonna be learning in today's build. You're gonna learn how to deploy your first Solidity smart contract using our amazing guys over at Thirdweb's deploy feature. Look at that, guys. Bam, we just got our winnings. This is, I mean, come on. I mean, that's pretty damn cool, right? Mr. Frank dropped in with the $10 donation. He goes, let's go, cash prizes. That's what I'm talking about, man. Let's go ahead and read the chat as well. I want to see what you guys are tuning in from. We've got Lebanon. Yo, I got friends in Lebanon. We've got Bangladesh, Pakistan. We've got Kenya, USA, Houston, Texas, Nigeria, Brazil, France, South Africa, Ethiopia. What the hell is happening right now? This is nuts. Somebody goes, Martin, after almost 2 years of watching your videos, I got a job as an 18-year-old student. That is what I'm talking about. That's another one. Oh, thank you for the donation, guys. You can hear that coming in. Hey. We got Strasbourg, France, Germany, Morocco, India, South Korea, Portugal. I can't make this up. It's so fast. Ghana. Whoa. Okay, that is what. I'm back. I'm definitely back with this. This is crazy. I'm actually sweating. This is nuts. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and show you a breakdown of this build right now. So as I showed you before, we can even get this nice little marquee spinner. That's pretty cool. You've never seen that in a build before. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how and break down what we're doing in this build. So all you guys always ask all the time, what am I using to draw on the screen? Well, I use an app called Screen Brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and use it right now to go ahead and do the following. So in this build, you are gonna learn how to deploy your first Solidity smart contract. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to go ahead and deploy your smart contract. We're going to be building this app with Next.js plus Tailwind CSS. And yes, this is using React, of course, as that is the library that we all love. That's why my name is Papa React, okay? Then we're going to go ahead and actually, I'm going to show you how to deploy this onto the Polygon or Ethereum blockchain, okay? So it really doesn't matter which one. You can do whatever you want. The guys have made it so easy over at Thirdweb to do this. We're going to be using Tailwind CSS to make a fully responsive build. So if I go ahead and show you right now, look how clean this is, guys. Like, what the hell? Look at that. Like, that is just so clean as a build, right? And if I was to go ahead and actually show you right now, I'm going to go ahead and switch account. So let's go ahead and switch to my other account right here. And even if on this one, look at that. What? So clean. And you're going to do all of this in today's video for free. What the hell, right? It's so much good value. Subscribe. All right, so we got loads of stuff going on right now. I'm going to show you how to write robust code with TypeScript. Yes, I said it. I've been listening to you guys. You guys want more TypeScript. You want to know how to write code with less errors, less bugs. I've got you covered. So lots of stuff happening in today's video. This is so cool, guys. Jimmy says, so nice to see that you're getting so hyped by the love you get from the chat. Dude, I can't help it. Honestly, look, you can see the sweat right now. I'm actually so hyped right now from you guys. I took pre-workout as well. I always do it before a live stream. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into this build. This build is powered by our amazing friends over at Thirdweb. I want to give them a special shout out because honestly, what they have done here is so damn cool. And usually when we have a sponsor, it's awesome, but I actually have a thing with these guys. These guys actually are building something incredible right now. And it's the reason why I stand behind them and I'm using them right now to build this and many cool applications to come. So we're going to be going through their deploy feature today, and in particular, the Thirdweb release functionality, which allows us to deploy smart contracts, but in a released versioned format. So we can actually go ahead, roll back different versions, keep track of different versions, have essentially like a Git versioning system for our smart contracts, which was incredible, right? Usually that'll take you months to learn. I'm going to show you how to do it in literally a matter of minutes today. These guys are killing it, and it's going to be something that you're going to want to know how to do. Now, if you haven't already checked it out, guys, we have a course over at Zero to Full Stack Hero. I am going to plug it because it's the damn best course on the planet. It's the Papa Fams course. We have over 800 members right now, crushing it strong. If you want to join us, don't hesitate. papareact.com/course. Link is in the description. Join us over there. It's the best it's ever been right now. We keep adding new content. I added in a bunch of beginner content very recently, so absolutely incredible. Whoa, Mr. Frank says, just use the donate QR code to send some Ethereum to me. Dude, what the hell? Thank you so much, man. That is incredible. That is awesome. we're gonna jump into today's video. So the first thing that I want to do is go ahead and show you a picture. Right? You're probably wondering, what the hell? Why does he want to show us a picture? Well, this picture actually resembles what we're going to be doing in today's build, okay? So I want to go ahead and break this down for you. So this is actually an awesome way of describing what we're going to be doing with a smart contract. So if you've never done or used a smart contract in the world of Web 3, essentially all it is a piece of code, okay? So this piece of code is honestly just going to be living on the blockchain, and it can do a bunch of different things for us. So basically we're going to write a bunch of functions which are going to manage the lottery state, all that kind of cool stuff, and then we have to put it somewhere to live. Now this is where Thirdweb deploy comes in. So typically if we had a smart contract written in Solidity, you're going to have to use something like Remix IDE, and then honestly you're going to get lost, right? It's pretty weird. You're going to be circling the internet trying to figure out how the hell to do this thing, but I'm going to show you how to make it so easy with Thirdweb deploy. So this is honestly the best thing ever because it automatically detects whatever's included inside of your contract, gives you the UI for it so you can manage everything really, really easily. It's got multi-wallet team management, so you can have several members in your team to actually manage things. It's got loads of activity reports, analytics that you can go ahead and dive into, and they've got some pre-built smart contracts that you can jump into. In fact, we're going to be using a custom one today, which is available in the second link in the description. So check it out. They've got loads of SDKs. We're going to be using the JavaScript one today, and they've got some awesome code snippets. In fact, just under 15 hours ago, I think it was 15 hours ago, they released a awesome UI component, and I'm gutted because I really wanted to include it in this video, and that is actually this one right here. So if you haven't already gone ahead and checked it out, as a challenge afterwards, go ahead and check out Thirdweb's new Web3 button component. I bloody love it. I messed around with it a little bit before this live stream. It's amazing, and I'm going to be using it in my next build, be sure of that. But without further ado, guys, smash the thumbs up button. We're about to go ahead and jump into today's video, and I'm going to give a special shout out to a bunch of our amazing viewers right now. You guys have been incredible. So proud of Papa. Thank you so much. Everyone's hugely motivated today, and somebody says, how old are you? I'm 27. What's up? Joseph says, we missed you, Sonny. Welcome back. Thank you guys so much. We're going to go ahead and hop into the build right now. So get excited. Let's get dialed in. Let's get focused. Let's have a quick water break. That's what we're going to do right now. We've upgraded the water. Wow, this is crazy. Right, this is crazy. Let's go ahead, dive into today's build. First thing I want you to do is we're going to go ahead and set up Next.js with Tailwind CSS. So I'm going to go ahead and do the following. Type in Next.js with Tailwind CSS. I like to show you this because in case you ever forget, I want you to mentally be able to do this without me doing all my shortcuts all the time. And that kind of, just you're going to get left behind if you don't do it this way. So there's actually a very nice one. I can't remember which one it is. I think it's this one. Yeah, this one. So you want to go ahead and use this right here. MPX create next app with -E with template with Tailwind CSS, my project. So I'm going to go ahead and open up a terminal right now, and we're going to kickstart the coding journey. Okay, so get ready, guys. Big Brain Guy is back with a dope tutorial. Thank you, dude. I think that's a nice way of putting it, but cool. And also, guys, without you guys, that in the back would not be possible right now. So this right here is a symbol to how strong the Papa fam is because of how fast we've grown. I love and appreciate all of you guys. Absolutely incredible stuff. We're going to go ahead and jump into today's build. So I'm going to go ahead into my documents, into my build folder. That's where I like to keep my builds, to keep everything nice and neat. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the following. I'm going to paste in that command that we saw earlier. Now I'm going to go ahead and rename this one. So we're going to call this one Lottery YouTube DApp. Okay, name it whatever the hell you want. Honestly, I really don't care. Name it anything at this point. Go ahead and hit enter. This is going to go ahead and set up our first ever Next.js app. I've never coded Next.js before. Joke. Of course I have. And this is going to actually prepare it with TypeScript out of the box. So we're going to get TypeScript out of the box with this one. It will use Yarn if you have Yarn installed. It will use NPM if you have NPM installed. Really doesn't matter at this point. What's up, Picha? I see you in the chat. This is awesome. Ahmed says, I'm tuning in from Egypt. This is so cool, guys. What is up? Okay, so once that's done, you need to cd into your directory. So I'm going to go into my directory right now. So Lottery YouTube DApp, boom, just like that. And I'm going to go ahead and hit code dot. And that's actually a shortcut to go ahead and open up my code repo inside of the, open up VS Code inside of my code editor. So inside that folder, sorry, getting lost for words right now. Gonna close that, gonna pop this open. And you know how we like to do it, guys. We like to keep a neat and organized workflow. So I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger for you guys, so that way you guys can actually see what the hell is going on, right? So you don't get so lost in this. And what we're gonna do instead now is we're gonna go ahead and give you a brief introduction as to how the hell you can navigate any of this stuff. So at this point, to start your wrap up, we're going to go into the pages. We're going to look at index.tsx. This is the boilerplate code, Command B to hide the sidebar. This is how we go ahead and get our starting point for the app. So everything inside of main is basically going to be deleted and the footer, but we're going to run our app to get started off with. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to shut off the old app right now. And I'm going to go ahead and say, in this case, you've got yarn because I've got a yarn lock file. If you've got package lock, you're using npm, okay? So if you're using npm, simply run npm run dev, but I'm using yarn. So in this case, I'm going to do yarn run dev. This will go ahead and spin up our Next.js app for us on localhost 3000, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and do the following. Let's go ahead, and everything looks good so far. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put it on the side right now. So I'm just going to pop open a localhost 3000 like so. And as you can see, we get a welcome to Next.js pop up on the screen. So this is actually going to be our starting point. Now, please give me some feedback as we kind of go through this. If you like the pace, if you like what I'm doing, I'm going to always be trying to improve for you guys, to improve the pace, improve the way I'm teaching. So thank you so much for giving me your feedback as we go through every single time. Right, so we're going to go ahead and get started off with this. So everything in the main, we're going to go ahead and delete. So I'm going to show you as I do it. So from main, going to delete it. And I'm going to go ahead and type in H1, let's build an awesome lottery app. Let's say Web3 dApp. There we go. Boom. Let's build an awesome Web3 dApp. Awesome stuff. Good stuff. Now we're going to go ahead and get rid of this footer. Bam. Done. And at the top here, you can see create next app. Okay. So at this point, I just want to rename this to something a bit more meaningful, a bit more nicer. In this case, it's going to be the Papa Fam Lottery. Okay, or the Papa Fam Draw is what we're going to call it. Now, I do want to mention, guys, before we carry on any further, I am not endorsing any form of gambling. Anything you do with any kind of money involved on the internet is at your own risk. I'm not liable for anything. This video is only a tutorial, and it's literally for educational purposes only. Anything you do is at your own risk. Be sensible with your money. Okay, I have to say that. As a disclaimer alert, okay? Link in the description, go check it out. But basically, remember, this is all educational. It's the point of this tutorial is not so you can go ahead and, be reckless, be smart with your money. It's just to teach you how we can use Web3 tech. Okay, I have to be that guy. Okay, so at this point, we've got some Tailwind CSS involved up here. Now, before we get started any further, I want you to go into your extensions and make sure you've got the following installed. Tailwind CSS, I want you to go ahead and grab this right now if you haven't already done it. Tailwind CSS, IntelliSense. And after you've done that, I want you to get the following as well. I want you to get the ES7 ES7 React Redux snippets, okay? So these are the two extensions I want you to get right now. And yeah, update your MC says, actually, I appreciate that you're using TypeScript 2 times in a row on your tutorials. That's really helpful. Thank you so much. And wow, we've got Madagascar in the house. This is cool. This is amazing. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of the image so far. And I'm going to pop this on the side again. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get rid of this as well. So you can see it's literally at the top right now. So don't get freaked out. It's not hidden. Okay, so the first thing I want to do right now is I want to go ahead and explain how we're going to build today's app. So yes, we have the front end, which you can see right here. We've got the second, I'm going to open up in the second side, the actual app itself. So you can see this is what we're actually going to be building. We're going to get to this entire build in today's video. So we're going to go from this all the way to this. But that's not all, guys. In the second link in the description, what you're going to see is actually the code for a Solidity contract, okay? So this is a bunch of Solidity programming. Do not worry, I'm not going to go into the in-depth nitty-gritty of each line of code in this video, but I'm going to go ahead and give you the Solidity contract so that way you can go ahead and get started with this project alongside me without having to learn everything overall. Andre Smith says, hey Sonny, first time watching live, I wanted to thank you for all your free work that you do for us. It's very helpful. I've learned so much. Awesome stuff. Thank you for tuning in, dude. I appreciate you. Let's check this out. All right, let's see their second Ronnie comment. I love that. Okay, so at this point, I want you to go into the YouTube description and grab that second link. Jay, can you send me the second link on the chat, please? And I can go ahead and grab it as well. I don't want to move all my stuff around. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to show you how we can do it. I think I actually have it over here. Let me go ahead and pull it up over here so I can beat Jay to it. There we go. All right, so in the second link right now, we can go ahead and see this. You're going to see a public repo, and I want you to do the following, okay? So we have our Next.js app over here. Just sideline that for a second. All right, we're going to go ahead and put this on the side for a sec. Don't forget about it. So there we go. Thank you, Jay. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on the side for a second, and we're going to go ahead and we need to clone this in. Okay, it's going to be a separate repo. So I want you to go ahead and do the following. Copy this over here and go ahead and open up a terminal again. Okay, so we're going to open up a second terminal now. And what I want you to do is go ahead and do the same thing. So I like to put everything inside of the builds folder, and then we're going to go ahead and do git clone. And I'm going to paste this. So what I'm doing here is I'm basically copying in my repo into this. Now I do want to mention, when you use Thirdweb in this build, please use the first link in the description. It helps support the channel and it helps everything grow. So it helps Thirdweb know that you guys love their stuff. So make sure you use that when you're building this up. We're going to go ahead and clone this right now, okay? The next thing I want you to do is jump into it. So I'm going to type in cd lottery smart contract, okay? So I've got loads of lotteries, so I'm going to go into that one and do code dot. So we're going to have 2 bits of code open. So this right here you have access to. I've given you this bit, right? The other one you're going to have to work for, or the code is available in the Papa GitHub repo. Link to the repo is in the description. Yes, it's paid, but either work for it or buy it. It's up to you, but I don't want everyone to just simply have stuff for free, because then they ain't gonna work for it. So hate me or don't, it's cool. Work for it. All right, at this point, it's not gonna benefit you if you just cheat. That's my point, okay? So at this point, we're gonna go into this and you can see lottery.so. Now this is essentially all the code, which is the smart contract logic, which is gonna support and allow us to go ahead and have a lottery on the blockchain, okay? So this is an awesome piece of code right now. I'm going to lie about it. It's basically an extension from somebody else. I've actually quoted them over here, so you can actually see the original repo with this awesome dude over here. I've actually extended it, added a bunch of code myself. So yes, I code in Solidity now. Pretty cool. And then you can go ahead and see for yourself. But the main gist of it, I'm going to go ahead and just show you the certain functions that we tap into as we use them, okay? But mainly it's about getting the tickets, getting the winner, assigning a winner, all that kind of stuff. But basically the way you can think of this game is we have 30-minute lottery rounds that can go ahead and people can buy up to 100 tickets in our version of the lottery. You can go ahead and change it. I've made all this modifiable, and you can go ahead and yeah, you can have a chance at winning a lottery from a prize pool where everyone buys the tickets. If everyone buys 100 tickets, the prize pool will be filled up. One lucky winner is going to get all of those, all of that money. So awesome stuff, right? So yeah. Fox says, will this video be available or is it only live? No, every video of mine is always available afterwards. Okay. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and put this on the side for a second. So we're going to go back over to our app. Okay. So the first thing I want to do is go ahead and start building some cool stuff out, okay? So let's actually start building some UI so we see something on the screen, okay? I'm going to go ahead and build this header component at the top right here. Let's go ahead and do that. That way we get some kind of feedback. You guys can get your hands on some code earlier on, okay? So first thing I want to do is I'm going to build a header. Okay, so this header component is a self-closing component. Now, as you can see, it's freaking out. It doesn't know where the header component is. So go into our folder structure, go into the package.json level and add a new folder. And we're going to call this one components. Okay, inside of here, we're going to create a new file and we're going to call this header.tsx. Header.tsx, and TSX resembles TypeScript with some JSX, okay? Bam, it's open. Now remember those extensions I told you about earlier? We're gonna use them now. So RFCE gives us our nice React functional component. Mr. Frank says, hard work pays off. Sunny is dropping gold. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate you from day one. Frank's been our absolute supporter. Incredible dude. Right, so you can see the header right here. Say I am a header. Boom, hit save, and we're gonna go back here. Control spacebar. Boom, you can import like that, and now you can see we have our component jump in. So we can get rid of this ugly H1, and we're gonna go ahead and make this look like this. Okay. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm actually gonna pop this over here, so that way we can go ahead and have some reference. So I'm going to be building out this top bit right here. Now you're going to learn about Flex if you haven't used Flex before, so get ready for some serious learning, guys. Okay. So first thing I want you to do is inside of this div, we're going to have another div. Yeah. And this is going to resemble the left side. So in this case, you can see over here, I've got a left div. Okay. So on this left side, we've got a div with an image and then we've got a div with a h1 and p tag. So when I kind of code this stuff up, right, I really want you to understand that it's really all about boxes, right? This entire thing is a div. Then you've got another div here. Then you've got another smaller div here. And then you've got two elements here. So you've got the first element, second element, and then you've got your image element, right? So it's all about boxes when you're coding, right? That's really how it kind of works out when you're doing UI presentational stuff. And then you use Flexbox or Grid to go ahead and kind of get everything in. Punit says, Sunny, can you do app purchases for React Native video? Boom, I've got you, boy. It's literally in the pipeline. There's one coming out in less than a month. So yes, we're using Revenue Cat. Those guys are awesome. Right, so at this point, I'm going to go ahead and pop in an image. Yes, you can and you should be using the Next.js image tag. We're going to go ahead and refactor it after to include it. So yeah, we're going to chuck that in afterwards. But for now, I'm just going to pop in an image, okay? So don't freak out, okay? We've got an image of the Papa Fam logo. I'm going to go ahead and put in the class name. And here we're using Tailwind CSS. So rounded full gives us a nice rounded look. We're setting a height of 20 and a width of 20. Now, if you've never used Tailwind CSS and you're wondering, whoa, what did Sunny just do right there? Right? What this is essentially utility class names. So if we head into Tailwind CSS, they're really cool utility class names, which basically allow us to speed up the CSS development process. And by doing this, this allows us to build really awesome reactive websites with a bunch of different things at our disposal. So in this case, you've got different colors from a shade of 50 all the way up to a 900 in loads of different tones. You can do responsive designs. You can get any kind of look and feel. So this is why I love Tailwind CSS, and it's just bloody incredible at making your app fast. It's responsive. It's awesome, right? So if you go ahead and see this, we can go ahead and get really nice effects like this. So if you see my app right here, look, it's going to honestly be, it's so beautiful, right? And it's all done easily with Tailwind CSS. So it's worth learning, trust me, okay? So at this point, somebody says, am I the only one hearing nothing? Jay, I think we're good for sound quality. Let me know. Let's go ahead and hop in. So I've got a div underneath here, and inside now, I'm going to go ahead and pop in a div with a H1 tag. There we go. And in this one, I'm going to say the Papa Fam draw. Okay, bam. Andre Smith says, I love Tailwind. It's changed my life. I love that, dude. It's changed my life too. It made me fall in love with CSS again. I hated it before that, I'll be honest with you. And here we're going to say the user who is logged in, and we're going to add that logic in afterwards. So as you can see right now, depending on who's logged in, you can go ahead and do the following. So if I switch my account, so in this case, I'm going from MetaMask user this to the other user. Let's go ahead and connect it. There you go. Now you can see I've changed my user. Okay. Now I also want to recommend, guys, that you will need to go ahead and actually set up a MetaMask wallet in today's video. Now, when you set up your MetaMask wallet, it's going to ask you to save a bunch of phrases. Now, never ever give these phrases away. It's literally the single passcode for your wallet. If you give them away, someone's in your wallet, they take everything. Don't do that. It happened to too many people. So you want to go ahead, download MetaMask, and then start setting up your wallets, right? And it's going to be very simple. You download it, follow the instructions. It's fairly straightforward to go ahead and get this done. Okay, so I've already set this up, and you can go ahead, and I've got 2 accounts now, so that way I can test. I've got 1 account, 2 account. I highly recommend you do the same, and keep your seed phrases somewhere safe, please. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and hit save, and as you can see, it's looking pretty ugly at the moment, but we're going to make it look beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these 2. I don't need that. It's just a div next to the image, and now I'm going to start styling things out. In fact, I messed that up. I'm going to keep that in. I'm going to actually pop that underneath like so. Now on this surrounding parent div, I want it to be a flexbox. That way, whenever we have flexbox, it kind of chucks everything in to a row by default. Already 200 likes. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Smash that thumbs up button. Let's get this video to 1,000 likes. Let's do this, guys. Great tutorial, Sunny. You are boom. You're breaking the norms of YouTube tutorials. I love that smart effects. I'm trying to disrupt it. I love that you find it useful. Thank you so much. Items center actually pops it in the center. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and zoom in right here. You can see that that's actually gone ahead and done that. Then to space out the 2 children components, these 2 containers, I'm going to say space x of 2. Bam, just like that, it goes apart. If I put 10, bam, it goes further. We only want 2. We don't want to go crazy. So it's looking pretty good right now, okay? Now for these right here, I'm gonna go ahead and change this up. So I want this text to be extra small, make it look really nice. And then we're gonna go ahead and say text emerald, and I want a shade of 500. So now we've got a nice green, and I'm gonna truncate it if it ever got too long, okay? So that way if it ever went over the limit, it's gonna do ... by default, and it won't go ahead and spread. For the H1, I'm going to go ahead and change it up. So I'm going to say text should be large. The text should be white. and the font should be bold. Now this is going to disappear, of course, makes sense because we haven't got a background color. So let's head over back to our index.tsx. I'm going to set this up so we have a nice background color, and you guys are actually going to see here how I can use a dynamic color to style it however I want. So in this case, I'm going to say background is going to be this square bracket hex color. That's how you do a custom color. So as you can see, that's giving it the nice green that we can come to see in this. It's kind of like a casino-y lottery vibe. It looks pretty cool, right? And then we're going to say the minimum height is going to be the screen. And this forces it to use up the minimum height of the full screen. So that way the whole screen gets that beautiful color. And then we're going to go ahead and say flex column. So that way every child under it is attaining to flexbox, and it's going to be stacked up in a column fashion, right? So looking pretty good right now, okay? Doing very well so far, guys. And also I wanted to mention, I just dropped another free Skillshare course, right? So the HTML Basics 101 is absolutely free, and it's over on Skillshare. Jay can drop that link in the chat right now, or it's in the description down below somewhere. But basically, type in Sunny Sango on Skillshare, you'll see me for free, okay? So we've got more tutorials everywhere. So it's pretty cool, right? So now for the header, we're gonna go ahead and continue on. For the middle bit, I'm gonna have buy tickets, log out, and then this nice little square box, okay? So let's go ahead and build that out. So for this middle box, I'm gonna go into the next div. So let's go ahead and jump into that next div. This is kind of like a Silicon Valley kind of song, if you know what I'm talking about. It feels like that kind of vibe, right? And then we're gonna have two buttons here. So I'm gonna say two buttons. So I'm gonna have a button here, and I'm gonna have another button here as well. And these are gonna be our navigation buttons that resemble these, okay? There we go. And let's go ahead and say, and for everyone who says, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Guys, feel free to do it however the hell you want, right? There's a million ways of writing HTML, CSS. No wrong answers here. Just do it as you feel happy, okay? Now, for these buttons, we're going to have a surrounding class name. This is going to be a background color, and it's going to be this lighter shade, as you can see here. Okay, now right now we can't see it. That's fine. We're going to go ahead and show it in a sec. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a component called NavButton. That way we don't have too much kind of going on, right, in one bit of code. So we're going to say NavButton.tsx. Boom. RFCE gets us going, and then this is going to be our nav button, okay? So now I'm going to go ahead and replace these button snippets with nav button like so, okay? Self-closing components just like this, boom, and we want two of them. Nice, right? There you go. Now you can see nav button is stacked under there. Looks good, okay? So at this point, we're going to go ahead and actually create these two buttons so that they look the way that we expect. Okay, so for nav button, I want to go ahead and make it look a lot nicer than that. Now Jay just dropped the Skillshare link for that free course that is on right now, so you can go ahead and check out HTML Basics 101. You guys, thousands of you loved the React Basics 101, so we made another one. There you go, boom. All right, so let's check this out. I think it was the right way to use Tailwind, not gonna lie. Thank you, dude, I appreciate you. Right, so let's go ahead and create this button. So firstly, I don't want a div here, there's no need. I'm going to create a button instead, and I'm going to make it customizable. So in this case, we're going to accept a prop. So the props come through here on components in React. And in this case, I'm going to go ahead and destructure and get the title out of it. Now you can see here, we're using TypeScript. So TypeScript says, whoa, what the hell are you doing? That is type any, which means you haven't specified what that should be. So here, we're going to actually use some TypeScript, okay? So in TypeScript, you have to define what the props are. So what data types are your props? So here we could either say type props, or we can do interface, right? It really doesn't matter. It depends on your preference, right? I'm going to go ahead and say here, interface, and then we're going to say title is a string. Now you're probably wondering, well, it doesn't work because you haven't assigned your type yet. So now we say the type props go here. You can see now it's not complaining, and it knows that this is a string. Okay, so the beautiful thing about TypeScript is that I've said this is a mandatory, it's a required prop. If I did this, you can see how header is no longer complaining. If I do this, it's freaking out. And this is because we're saying, whoa, you forgot a header. You haven't given me a title here. What am I supposed to do with that, right? So in this case, we're going to have a title here, which is going to say buy tickets. Okay, and the second one is going to say log out. Okay, log out. Boom. Okay, just like that. Right now you can see we've got buy tickets and log out over here, and their buttons, they're clickable. Looks pretty decent, right? Do I have a Discord? Yes, we do. Link is in the description. Go ahead and check it out. Simon says, Tailwind is awesome, but at the same time, we must forget the pure fundamentals of pure CSS. Yeah, you won't. Honestly, you won't. You can learn it. Feel free to take courses on it, do that kind of stuff. But when it comes down to it, I use Tailwind CSS for everything. And if you really want to check what it sort of transcribes to, hover over it, you can see what it changes to. Okay, I'll be honest, we've done loads of production gigs now. It really doesn't make me want to ever go back to yes, it's important to know the fundamentals. That's why we teach the fundamentals first and then that kind of stuff. Okay, let's do this. Let's jump into it. So NavButton, I'm going to answer questions a little bit later. I want to kind of keep this pace going. We're doing awesome right now. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and set the background color here to a very nice shade of green. And this shade of green, I have no idea what it is. So I'm going to just grab the hex color, boom. And that's what it is right there. Okay, looks nice. And I want to go ahead and say that the text should be white here. So everyone's asking, what is the autocomplete that is happening on my VS Code right now? Well, that's actually GitHub Copilot. So I'm actually using GitHub Copilot. I like to use it in the background. That's why I'm getting suggestions here. For example, if I was to go ahead and just put in like a line here or something, it usually comes up with a suggestion. Let's GitHub Copilot, yeah. Okay, so at this point, we've done a padding Y of 2, a padding X of 4, I want. And I want to say it's rounded button, okay? So looking pretty decent so far. When I hover over it, I want it to change a little bit, okay? So what I want to do here, guys, is I actually want to have the background to be like non-existent, and only if it's active should we go ahead and highlight it, okay? So I'm going to change this up. I'm going to say is active, and we're going to have is active, and this is actually going to be an optional, and it's going to be a Boolean. Okay, and in this case, if is active. So in this case, if you want to have some JavaScript here, you have to change this to a JavaScript template. And then you have to go ahead and say the following. You're going to put your little curly brackets here, just like so. I'm going to cut this out. And I want to go ahead and say the following. I'll say if is active, then I'll add in the background color class. Okay, so in that case, now you can see it's no longer there. Okay, and then if I hover over it, I want it to be of this color. So now if I hover over it, so let's go ahead and I'm gonna hide what the heck is that minimap? Let me see, minimap, get rid of that. Yeah, so let's say hover, background color. So in that case, now if I hover over it, it's like this, but for the header, I'm gonna keep it is active. Now you can see this one's always on, but the logout is off. Okay, looks pretty nice. It's not free, no. GitHub Copilot is not free anymore, but for students it is. So if you're a student, go check it out. If you're a maintainer of an open source library, you'll also get it for free. All right, smash the thumbs up button. Doing incredible right now. Nearly 300 likes. Let's go. This is sick. All right, so we've got this going pretty well right now. That pre-workout kicked. Oof. All right, so we've got the nav buttons looking pretty nice, and I'm going to go ahead and say that the padding of 4 would be good. And then I actually want to say a space between them of 2. Right, so that's pretty good right there. So as you can see, I've got this kind of forming, it's just not in the correct container layout, okay? So we're doing all right, we're going to get there. And then the final thing at the end is going to be this right here. And notice how on the small screen it changes. The middle one's going to disappear, and it's going to change to a logout button over here. Okay, so we're going to do that as well. So the final one is the thing on the right. Now we are using something called Heroicons, right? So you guys might remember Heroicons. They're damn awesome, and I'll show you where we're actually using them later on as well. If I go into my account, boom, you can see in my admin controls, we've got all these beautiful icons, right? So how do you get those hero icons, Sonny? Well, in fact, all you need to do is go over to Heroicons over here, heroicons.com. And the amazing thing about Heroicons is they're actually built by the guys over at Tailwind CSS. So it works out of box with it, right? I'm not using Gap in a Flex layout because it doesn't work in certain browsers. Now you know, right? So I'm going to do documentation over here, and I'm going to install this. So npm install Heroicons React. I'm actually using yarn, so I'm going to do yarn add instead. You just remember, it's all preference, don't worry. No right or wrong here. Okay, so Command J to pull this up. Now, the way I like to do it is split my terminal, keep my running terminal on the left, and on the right, I'll do yarn add, and I want to just pop in my Heroicons React. Okay, this will install the dependency into my project. Okay, boom, there we go. There we go. And bam, looking pretty good so far. Remember, if you're enjoying this kind of content, just imagine what it will be like every single week with more of this, with more kind of one-on-one kind of skills, more mentorship, that kind of stuff. Join us at Zero to Full Stack Hero, that's exactly what we do. The link is in the description to join. That's my flagship course and community. Me and Jay have put our life into that thing. So join us if you're enjoying this, and there'll be plenty more to come. Right, so at this point, I'm going to go ahead and actually pop in our first ever hero icon, right? So in this case, let's go into hero icons, and you can see here, I can just search through. So imagine if I need a home, I can go ahead and see, I get all these different icons. So this is how I'm searching for them. But in this case, I've actually done the hard work for you guys. I've actually found all the icons that I need. So you can just go ahead and copy the ones that I'm going to be using. So the first one I want to use is something called bar 3 bottom, right? So bar 3 bottom right icon, and it's from Hero Icons React 24 solid. Okay, and there's different variants, right? There's actually a solid variant, a outline variant, and now in the newest 2.0, a mini variant. Okay, so you get all these different variants, and that's exactly what they mean when you see variant. Okay, so if you want it, you just change the ending. Rajpreet Singh, what is up, dude? Amazing stuff. Okay, I love the chat that's popping off right now. This is awesome. I'm reading it as I'm coding. So we can do this, and I can go ahead and pop in the bars icon. Now, as you can see, this icon came in. So looking pretty nice right now. And all I have to do here, guys, is go ahead and style it up with the regular Tailwind CSS stuff. So I can say a height of 8, a width of 8, and a margin X of auto, because we're going to be doing some cool layout stuff with that in a bit. Text is going to be white, and I wanted to have a cursor pointer when I hover over it. Bam. Now I got a cursor pointer when I hover over it, and it's looking pretty neat. Okay, great stuff. Okay, so the next thing is, let's fix this layout. We need it to look like that, not the way it's looking right now. Okay, so let's do this ourselves in the beginning. So let's go up to the header, and what I want to do here is go up to this, and in fact I can actually change the syntax of this outer div to a header, which is going to be more syntactically correct, or better for SEO purposes. And we're actually going to be using something called a grid layout here. So the reason why I've chosen a grid layout is because I want that middle one to retain the middle position for as long as possible. Then we can kind of change layout if we want. So I'm going to show you how we do it, right? Well, firstly we say grid. Now by default it stays exactly stacked up on each other. This is because everything in a grid by default is a one column. So it's going to be one column. So it's going to be first row, second row, third row. Well, what if I said I want to have 3 columns, or I want to have 5 columns, right? Well, in this case, we can go ahead and do the following. Now, it's important to know that when we use Tailwind CSS, it's mobile first, which means any rule I write applies to all the mobile viewports. Now, if I want to change it as the screen gets bigger, I can use something called responsive breakpoints. So I can say on the medium screens, apply this, on the large screen, apply this, on the 3XL screen, apply this, blah, 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 right? So that's how we basically go ahead and do it. So at this point, I can go ahead and say on every small screen, I want it to be grid columns 2, okay? So as you can see now, it's 2 columns, 1, 2, and the third one comes into this one. So as you can see here, small screens have 2, right? But on a large screen, we have, this might look like 3, but I'm actually using something like 5 here, and I'm spanning 3 for the middle one. So in this case, I'm saying the middle one should have grid columns 5. Okay. And now you can see as this screen is actually going to grow, see how the middle one, so we've got 1, 2, 3. And actually what's happening here, guys, is actually we've got 1 column, 2 column, 3 column, 4 and 5 are like, you can't see them, but they're there. They're 4 and 5. That's why it's kind of like the third is like in the middle. Okay. So at this point, the way we kind of correct this all is I'm going to go firstly add a few things. I'm going to say justify between space wise, and I'm going to go and say items should remain in the center, padding of 5 to kind of get everything spaced out. Okay. But that middle one, okay, for that middle one, I want to say on a medium screen and above. Okay, because remember it's hidden otherwise. So I'm going to say the column should span 3. Now look what happens, guys. On a bigger screen, it's 1 column, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, Amit says it's pre-recorded. No, it's not pre-recorded, dude. I am live right now. Ishan says, you're a legend, man. Big win with the stream. Thank you, dude. I appreciate you. So you can see this. Look at that. Look, so it's taking up the middle 3, okay? So looking pretty good so far. Now we're going to go ahead and style up that middle one a bit more so it looks a bit nicer. Well, firstly, on a small screen, I want to hide the middle one. So in this case, it should be hidden, okay? Only on the middle screen should it come into view. Now on the middle screen, I want to make it a flex box as well, okay? The reason I want to make it a flex box is, okay, well, you can't see it right now. Let's do this. do a half and half. I want to make it a flex box on the middle screen because we're going to go ahead and style it up in a way. We're going to say items should be in the center, and I want to go ahead and say justify in the center as well, and round the corners just like so. Okay, so that way it will perfectly stay itself in the middle. Kakito Makito says, Sunny, the reason that I can work with React and Tailwind fluently. Thank you, dude. That's awesome. Look at that, guys. Crisp grid layout, gets rid of the last one at the end. Okay, so looking good so far, but we're not there yet. All right, we're not finished yet. Calm down. Right, we got this. All right, so at this point we got the class name, we got flex. I'm going to say the last one should be flex column, and I want to do margin left auto, because you see right now it looks like there's loads of space here. So what we do is we put a margin left auto, which will push this all the way over here. So bam, it pushes it on the left. And then I'm going to say the text should be right aligned. So text should be right aligned. Okay, nice. Looks pretty good so far. Right, so in this case, look, as it gets smaller, you can see that stays on the right and the middle one disappears. Okay, looking good. Now I also want to have a span for another element. Now this one, I want to have a nav button. So the logout button, I'm actually going to put here as well. But I'm actually going to do something pretty cool here, right? I'm actually going to say on a medium screen, it should be hidden. So you see on the medium screen it's hidden, and then it comes into play. Now the reason why it's not coming in here is because I've forgotten to put it in the right place. So you should put this inside the div, my bad. Right, so at this point now on a small screen, you see the logout moves there, and as we get bigger, bam. And as you can see here, we have the same logic being applied. Okay, so we have a logout, looks really nice. Everything looks the way we want it, right? So we'll do the same thing here. That's really clean, right? I like that. Okay, so this is looking pretty good so far. I actually want to bold that text up because I think it doesn't look that nice right now. So I'm going to go ahead and say font should be bold, and that looks a bit cleaner. Yeah, font should be bold. There we go. There we go. That looks nicer. Right, we got font, bold, font. Okay, looking clean. Right, smash the thumbs up button. This is cool so far. Mr. Frank says, Flexbox Froggy, amen to that. Is it possible to take courses in installments? Hell yeah, dude. That's why we offer installment plans if you want to. But otherwise, if it's, you know, if everyone says, I can't do that, I don't want to do that, then feel free to go ahead and watch these videos for free. Quick little water break. We're doing very well for pace. I used Create Next app. Okay, let's go. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. Now buttons are done. The header is done. We're now going to move on to the center bit, right? The marquee, that kind of stuff is kind of extra fancy stuff. In fact, what we're actually going to do now is we've done the headers. We've got some UI to look at. I'm actually going to go ahead and move over to the smart contract because I want you to start deploying your smart contracts, right? So the first thing I want you to do, guys, is go over to your lottery Solidity file, okay? So you can see right here, ignore this, don't worry about it. File import, callback not supported, that's fine. It's just, there's a fix for it. I can't remember live right now. Point is, this is fine. Okay, so we actually installed a dependency right now. So I've given you all this stuff inside of the second link in the description. So you have this code. Now what you need to do, everyone's saying hard hat or truffle in the back end. Guys, it's even easier because we're just deploying it straight up with Thirdweb. So I'm going to show you how this works. So what I want you to do, guys, is go over to deploy Thirdweb. So the first link in the description will take you to this page. Now, this is honestly game changer. I swear to God, it is so easy to deploy your contracts. So the first thing that I love about this is that it is owned by you. No other platform owns it. You own it with your address that you have signed up with. It's that easy. We click get started and we can jump into it. Now, you can use npx deploy, or I'm actually going to show you how we can use a release. Right, so Thirdweb deploy will just deploy it once. But what if you want to deploy your contract and then you want to sometimes, like for example, when I was developing this, I deployed my contract and then I had to keep making changes, right? So I had version 1, version 1.01, version 1.02, and so forth. So I'm going to show you instead how to do that. So if you want to deploy once, use Thirdweb deploy. And instead, or you can use Thirdweb release to create a release cycle, which allows you to carry on deploying as well, right? So release cycles are basically allow you to have like version 1, version 2, version 3, and then you've just got a button where you just click deploy and it works, okay? So I'm going to do npx Thirdweb release. Now, there was a little bug at the time this morning only that I found. So if you do run into this bug, simply head over to this right here. So github.com, like so. I'm going to pop it up on the screen right now so you guys can see that. Okay, head over to the Thirdweb CLI, and if you run into an error, just simply run this command but with release instead. Okay, so I'm going to copy this right now, and you can use the latest version of it. Okay, so I'm going to close this up, go over to our smart contract, and I'm going to go ahead and do Command J, and we're going to deploy this bad boy. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and say npx Thirdweb at latest release. Okay, now notice I've not done anything else besides this right now. Okay, so I'm just doing this npx Thirdweb latest release. Hit enter. At this point, it's going to ask me, do you want to use the release, or do you want to install the release? So hopefully it does that. It takes longer whenever I'm on live. Hopefully, okay, there we go. And you get this pop up. If it says, do you want to install it? Just click yes. And at this point, do you want to continue and compile this project with soc instead? Hit the Y. So for Y for yes on your keyboard. So I hit Y and it says true. Now compilation failed. Oh, this is because, okay. So what I need to do here is I do actually need to do an npm install. So I forgot, right? I actually pulled this in. You need to do npm install to install the required dependencies. Now it will say added one package, and we should no longer see this if we jump into our lottery so file. Okay, so that was the issue, my bad. All right, now we do npx Thirdweb latest release, and we should be able to go ahead and get a nice release. Okay, so I'm going to compile this by hitting Y, and you can see compilation successful, processing the contract. And what this is literally doing right now is it's uploading that contract to Thirdweb, and that's where we can go ahead and actually release this onto the blockchain, right? So as you can see, guys, I am logged in with my MetaMask wallet. So at this point at the top, you will have a button which says connect wallet. All you need to do, guys, is go ahead and connect your wallet. Okay, click on the drop down over here. Make sure it says Mumbai. Okay, so you've got loads of different things. I'm going to give you a quick explanation as to what a mainnet versus a testnet is. When you are developing any kind of crypto app, okay, make sure you're doing it on a testnet. Testnets basically do the same thing, but you can basically fund yourself with free money, right? So free Ethereum, free Polygon, Matic, and that kind of stuff. If you do it on a mainnet, you actually have to use real money. So the point is you develop on a testnet, and then when it's ready to go out into the real world and get used by real people, then you basically switch it over to a mainnet. That's where the actual Ethereum carries value. Okay, so we're going to be doing everything in a testnet, but it's extremely easy to go ahead and shift over to the mainnet once you're done. So at this point, we're in Mumbai, okay, Mumbai for Matic. Now, as you can see here, we've got Lottery app by Papa React. And as you can see, this is my 10th deployment. So you're going to see this, but for you guys, it'll be your first deployment. So you can go ahead and change it however you want. And then we're going to click on create release. Now you can see if you are not on the correct version on your wallet, right? So when you have a MetaMask wallet, you can have several different networks that you can kind of be connected to. So don't stress out. If you can't connect to the network, it should pop up saying add the network, right? So in this case, if you click on, at this point, it'll say add the Mumbai network. So you click it. For me, it's going to switch to the network. I'm just going to click switch network, but for you, it'll just add the network for you. If that doesn't work, simply Google how to add Mumbai network to MetaMask. It's easy. It'll come up. It'll be a simple button you click. Okay. Now, after that's done, we're going to go ahead and create a release. Now, a release is completely free. Okay. Now, we are going to be deploying our smart contract to the Polygon network. Okay. So at this point, we are releasing our Polygon contract. So as you can see, our contract registry lives on chain. Polygon releasing is free. Okay. So at this point, all we need to do is sign to prove that we are who we are. So I'm going to sign it. And as you can see under this account right now, I have gone ahead and I'm actually going to head and I'm registering. This contract registry will now live on the Polygon chain. Okay. So as you can see now, it's on the Polygon chain and this is actually there. It's not deployed. It's not deployed yet. Okay. So at this point, it's there. now what I need to do is, you can see I've got all the functions that I showed you earlier. Okay, so we've got buy tickets, draw winner ticket, refund all, and so forth. So we've got all these drop downs here, and this is the versioning I was talking about, right? So as you kind of keep releasing, you can have different versions, and you can go ahead and go back and forth. 300 likes, let's go. This is amazing. Thank you so much. Andre Smith goes, oh my God, I'm so excited to do this one, Sunny. Thank you so much, dude. This is credible. Keep smashing that thumbs up button, guys. We're nearly at 400 likes. Let's go. So 1.0110 is the version I'm on. So I'm going to deploy now. Now, this is the bit where you got to be careful. When we click deploy, it's going to ask you which network or chain you want to deploy the contract to. Okay. So in this case, remember I said it's already on the Polygon network. Okay. But at this point, do I want to put it on a mainnet or do I want to put it on a testnet? At this point, I'm going to give you a second. You should have answered it by now, screaming at the screen saying, Sonny, don't do it on the mainnet because you're developing. Okay, it's a testnet, right? We're going to put it on testnet. Somebody says, is Sonny a full-time YouTuber or do you actually work for a company? I'm a full-time YouTuber. I have a software company now. We do a bunch of other stuff. Yes, that's what we're doing right now. Full-time, this is my gig, all right? I'm very grateful for that. Thank you, Bob Fan. So Mumbai Matic, okay? And I want to change the game on coding in the YouTube space. That's what we're doing, right? So we're going to switch to Mumbai, and then we're going to go ahead and deploy. And as you can see, I am on the Polygon network, but I need to be on the Mumbai network, which is also a Polygon network. It's just the testnet. So I'm going to go ahead and click switch wallet to Mumbai. So you can see they literally make it easy for you, right? So we put our contract on the Polygon network, the first step. Then we're deploying the contract to the testnet. Okay, so I go ahead and click deploy now. I will ask me to go ahead and do a deployment. Now at this point, you can see there's gas fees. Now you're probably wondering, Sonny, I have 0 Matic, my thing just broke. Okay, don't freak out. At this point, you can see that's an error because I canceled the transaction. But I'm going to show you. You're going to need a form of Ethereum if you're deploying to Ethereum, or you're going to need a form of Matic, the Polygon currency, if you're deploying to Polygon. So when we're using a testnet, we can use something called a Matic faucet, right? So we can say Polygon Matic faucet. Faucet, I don't know, right? What is it? Let me know. And what you can do here is you want to simply go into here, click copy. You want to go into wallet address, paste it, and click submit. Make sure on the Mumbai network. And what this will do is you click confirm, and now this will go ahead and transfer. Now, sometimes it doesn't work. That's fine. You can go ahead and find another one. There's loads of them, guys. You can do mumbaifullset.com. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. The point is that what this will do is it will send you a bunch of Matic. Okay, so there you go. That one's done. This will send me a bunch of Matic in just a second. So we're at 2.11 now. We're checking back in a second. Okay, so let's go ahead and head back. So now you should have some Matic in your wallet. Okay, so in this point, yeah, there you go. See, I got 0.5. So you can get free Matic, right? Because we're on a testnet. If you're on the mainnet, you'd have to actually buy that cryptocurrency. So hence why you see there's a difference, right? The testnet is just for testing developer stuff. The mainnet is where you actually have to buy that currency and it has value, right? So 2.6, we've got enough. So they're going to click deploy, Mumbai, and I'm going to click deploy. So at this point, guys, this is the crucial step, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and click confirm. Now, no joke, this is all it takes to get your smart contract up. At this point, Thirdweb is doing all this wizardry behind the scenes, and it's hosting it's kind of literally putting your smart contract onto the Polygon network, the chain, right? So let's go ahead and hit confirm. And as you can see, we're now going ahead and we're going to deploy our contract. Remember, the amazing thing about this is Thirdweb facilitates everything, but you own the smart contract that is live. So it's really, really awesome how they've done this. I really do believe in these guys, and they are incredible at what they're doing. So as you can see now, we are at the thirdweb.com/Mumbai network address. And what you want to do here is this is the smart contract address. So basically, that address resembles a piece of basically that address resembles a program that is living and breathing on the Polygon network, right? Or the blockchain, right? In this case, the testnet, right? So the Matic testnet. And as you can see, guys, this is incredible because we can actually start using it. So this is real functions. So if I want to click on get the tickets, let's see how many tickets have been bought. So 0. So if I want to buy some tickets right now, a ticket in our use case costs 0.01. So I'm actually going to show you where I've done this. So you can see the ticket costs 0.01 Ether. Now you're probably wondering, Sonny, but you done Matic, so why does it say Ether? Don't worry, guys. Luckily, the Polygon devs got lazy. They didn't want to change the keyword. So whether or not you're using Ethereum or Matic for Polygon, you still use the keyword Ether when you're coding it, okay? So it's fine. It's just funny. All right, so at this point, I want to buy 5 tickets. So 0.05, execute. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to buy 5 tickets, and we're going to have 5 tickets. So let's go ahead and do this right now. And as you can see, I'm going to go ahead and confirm that purchase, and let's see what happens, guys. Okay, so this is the awesome thing. I'll show you how the lottery works. So everyone's saying, how do you generate the random numbers? I'll show you how this works. 1 second. All right, oh, Mr. Frank, let's go. $5 donation. Damn, Thirdweb deploy saves a ton of time. When you deploy an Ethereum contract, it's through Remix and a silly API JSON to hook onto a function. Dude, this is what I'm talking about. It's honestly. Oh, there we go. The music's coming. Guys, that's what I'm talking about. When you deploy normally, it's a headache, but Thirdweb deploy makes it easy, right? So I've gone ahead and bought 5 tickets. Now, the way that this lottery works, guys, is we are going ahead. And so in this case, there is always a winner in our lottery, right? So every time we do a draw, somebody will win, right? So there's no carrying over. Somebody always wins. And the way we do this, guys, is we simply go ahead and actually have an array of tickets. So now if we go ahead and view the tickets, you can see there are 5 tickets. Right, so you can see my address is there 5 times. Okay, now the way it works is very simple. Now if we go ahead and click on remaining tickets, so where is it gone? Get remaining tickets. Where is it? Why am I blind for a second? Remaining tickets. You should be able to see 95 tickets remain. So think about it this way. Everyone buys a bunch of tickets. That means you get your address posted several times in that array, which really increases your likelihood to win. So at that point, you can go ahead and put in some stuff. And what I've done here is I've actually limited to 10 people, 10 tickets per person on the UI. Yes, you could keep buying 10. So we could solve that in Solidity. This is a tutorial, so don't freak out, okay? But the point is that you can go ahead and actually do that. So at this point, once it's done, you're going to have a list of users and they're all going to have a bunch of tickets. And when we come to draw it, it's essentially going to pick one of these at random. And that is your winner. Okay. So at that point, you're probably wondering, yeah, but you could put in more and blah, blah, blah. So that's why we limited it to 10 tickets, okay, on the front end. But still, the point is that this is purely a tutorial. I don't want it to be a case of, everyone going crazy. You can feel free to extend it very easily, okay? All right, let's go ahead and do this now. So you can see how easy this is, right? We've got all of our writing functions, our reading functions, and so forth. Okay, so at this point, I think we should start coding the front end. Okay, so what we're now going to do is we're going to go ahead and actually connect it up. So think about it this way, right? So for this is the actual live one. So again, this is connected to a different smart contract. Not the same one. Remember, every single time you deploy, it's a different smart contract address, which means if you deployed once and it was version 1 for you, that has a different smart contract address. If you deploy again, you get a second contract address for your version 2. You deploy again, you get a third contract address. You have to make sure you use the most recent up-to-date address, okay? So awesome stuff. So at this point, you can see, okay, that's the actual one. So let's go ahead and continue on building. So first thing I want to do now is I want to go ahead and implement Thirdweb into our application, right? So I can start actually using the smart contract that we have here. So the amazing thing I love about this, guys, is they actually give you the code snippets, right? So if you click on code, you can see in a bunch of different SDKs, even the Go programming language. Oh, sorry, guys, I actually hit it. So you can go ahead and see code. You can see React, JavaScript, Python, and Go. So here you can actually see the events that get fired off, the code, settings, sources, a bunch of other stuff. So the first thing I want you to do is install the dependencies, okay? So grab the dependencies, use npm install if you're using it. I'm using the appropriate other thing. So we're gonna go ahead and pop this in, Command J. I'm gonna do yarn add, bam. And we're gonna start installing our dependencies into our project. This is gonna allow us to use Thirdweb's awesome SDK dependencies to inside of our application. Guys, you guys are incredible. The retention is insane today. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're still going very strong. Smash that thumbs up button. Your boy is coming with so much content. It is nuts. I'm not joking. I am not joking. They're going to see me come live more than I have ever come live before. I hope that's exciting. I know what I just said, but it's cool. Subscribe. 400 likes coming soon. Carrying on. So at this point, what we're going to do is you can go ahead and look at the SDK docs if you really want to. So you can type in Thirdweb, React SDK, for example. Let's just type in Thirdweb React. There you go. Bam. And they've got an awesome website. You can see we've got everything here, starter templates, a bunch of stuff. The first thing we actually need to do is wrap our app inside of the Thirdweb provider. So we're going to copy this line right here. And it's very simple to get working with Next.js. So Command J, the starting point of any Next.js app is actually going to be inside of pages_app.tsx. So this is essentially where everything renders from, okay? So at this point, what I want you guys to do is where we have a return, put parentheses around it, drop it down a line, and I'm going to go ahead and import the top like so. Roman, that is a great idea. I will definitely consider doing it. Just have to get around to it. So we're going to surround our entire app in this Thirdweb provider, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and pop this open like so. I'm going to hit save. Now you can see Thirdweb's screaming at us because we haven't added in the correct thing. We have to tell it what chain are you looking at. Remember, I deployed to a testnet, but you have to tell your app, are we looking at the testnet? Are we looking at the, which one are we looking at? So this is where the chain ID comes in. So what we can actually go ahead and do is go ahead and add in the desired chain ID. And here I put in chain ID dot. And here we can go ahead and do this. Okay, Mumbai, there we go. So remember, if you deployed live, you would want to change this to, let's go ahead and say, let's imagine that I did Polygon, that's live. If I did Mumbai, that's going to be the testnet for the Polygon, right? So amazing stuff. So you can change this, you can make that an environment variable, literally do whatever the hell you want, but you can even have it as like if production, do this, if development environment, do that. I'm not going to go too far into it, but that's how we go ahead and wrap our app, okay? So now inside of our app, we can go ahead and do the following, okay? Jay, I think we're doing well, yeah, for the audio, thank you. I see you, active. Okay, so this is looking great right now. And yes, we've got a wrap going on. We've got Thirdweb provider. So inside of our app now, we can start using all the cool Thirdweb hooks and stuff because we've used that higher order component, which powers up our app to allow us to do that. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is have some kind of authentication system. So if we log out, you can see I need to be logged in order to reach the front page. Right, and in this case we're logged out. Okay, so I want to show you how to do that. So the first thing I want to do is I need to get the user if they're logged in or not. Now the way we do this, guys, is we go ahead and we're going to go ahead and add in the following. We're going to say const address, and this is how we're going to basically determine if the user is logged in or if they're logged out. So I'm going to say use address, which is a nice little React hook, and I'm going to go ahead and do the following. Now use address is not popping up weirdly on my dependencies. I'm going to actually go ahead and do the following. I'm going to go ahead and pop this in. I've actually imported a bunch of things because we're going to use them later on, so I'm going to leave these in there. But yeah, there's a bunch of stuff here. The one that I'm interested in is use address. Okay, so use address is essentially going to try to get the address for us, right? So remember, when you're logged in Web3 world, you've got an address. Okay, so if I was to go ahead now and console log my address, so let's say console log, okay, for some reason my snippets aren't working the way I want them to, console log my address. Now if I go ahead and inspect, we can see that my address has been popped out, which means I am logged in. Okay, you guys can see this. There is an address there. Okay, so that is my address. Feel free to donate if you want. It's on the screen right now to scan to donate the Ethereum as well. So at this point we are logged in. Okay, so what we can do here is I can actually go ahead and actually use this in the header, right? So remember, I've done it over here. So I actually want to show firstly the logic for if I'm logged in, and then we'll handle the other case afterwards if we're logged out. So let's do this. So first thing I want to do is actually go to my component over here, and I'm going to import my use address here as well. So into the header.tsx, let's do this. Andre, I will answer that in this shortly. We'll just focus there a moment. Boom. Okay. So when you disconnect, by the way, it did disconnect. It just wasn't disconnected from the site. You actually logged out. Okay. So there we go. Use address. It's just your signature happened once, so that way the site is actually connected. Okay, so at this point we've got the address. So here I want to have it so that you only show some of the first characters and then only show some of the last characters. Okay, so here I'm going to go ahead and do the following little neat trick. I'm going to say that the address, which may be, it may be not there in the beginning because it's asynchronously loading that address. I'm going to say substring it. Okay, so give me the first character up until the 5th character, Cool. And then give me a ... This is what you tend to see on a lot of crypto sites. And then we'll say address with a question mark. This is called optional chaining. We're going to do a substring, and I'm going to go from the last character backwards to 5. Okay, so I'm going to say, give me the last character, which is address.length. And then I'm going to go ahead and say address.length minus 5. There we go. I feel like I have this song in my hairdresser. It's so weird. Okay, let's go ahead and hit save. And as you can see now, what this will do is it will give me the first 5 characters. So here you can see the first 5 characters, ... the last 5 characters. Okay, so a very nice little trick, and it can show you who's logged in. That was a kind of nice way of showing you who is logged in at this point in time, right? So there you go. Now, if we click log out, I want to disconnect the user. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and firstly set this up over here. Boom. Let's go ahead and do this. Use connect, disconnect right here. Now, what I can do here, guys, is I can go ahead and actually have annotunes. I will put that on in a second. All right, there we go. So at this point, we're going to go over to the nav button. Now, what I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to pass in an on-click prop. The reason why I'm going to do this is because we're actually going to be able to extend this with some more functionality. So what we're going to do is basically have a prop type here, which is going to be on-click, and it's going to be a function, right? It's not going to return anything, hence why it's a function which returns nothing. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and pass this through here. So we're going to say on-click, and it's optional, which means it's not required, so it doesn't have to be there. But we're going to say on-click is going to get the on-click prop. There we go. Now what we can do, head back over to this, and we can actually pass in for the logout buttons. So I've done a little neat trick here. So if you want to go get double cursors, you click this, then you click option, and you click over there as well. Bam. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and say on-click, and I'm going to pass in the on-click function. Right? I'm going to pass in the disconnect function. What am I clicking? Where am I writing right now? Disconnect, sorry. Disconnect. There you go. Boom. Hit save. And then now what we can see is if I log out, boom, you see how the user disappeared. There's no user anymore, right? So it only has this little ... So at this point, we have logged out the user. Okay, so the UI and the front end should really be screaming at us right now saying, whoa, you should not be loading. Or take me somewhere else. So what I'm going to now do is on the index.tsx, I'm actually going to have it a little bit of logic, right? I'm simply going to say, if there is no address, then I'm going to show you a login screen. Okay, simple as. If there is no address, then return a login screen. Okay, and this login screen we need to create. So I'm going to go over here, components, login.tsx, and I'm going to say RFCE, which is a nice little snippet, and say, whoa, oops, whoa, you can log in. You need to log in. Yeah, Andre Smith, the user is logged out, but if you check your MetaMask wallet, it's still connected to the website. Yes, that's fine. Remember, you don't need to keep signing the same website, right? You can disconnect, connect to it, but you don't need to keep doing that. Hence why you're still connected. Your MetaMask is still connected, right? But you're still signed out of the thing. There probably is a way, dude, to disconnect completely. I'm not going to check now, though. Well, you need to log in. Okay, cool. So at this point, if we go over here and I hit save and I pull this in component, now you can see, whoa, you need to log in. Okay, awesome stuff, guys. Looking very, very good right now. All right, so at this point, what we're now going to do is basically build that login screen. So I'm going to make it look really nice. We're going to do that right now. Bam. And remember, I am going to be using image components just for the sake of time, but you should be using Next.js image tags, right? Or image components. So there's a video I dropped on the channel. It'll be floating around the screen if you're watching a replay, but there you go. Jay, that's a cue to add it afterwards. All right, so we're going to go ahead and add in the div. Boom. And here I've got a div. I've got an image tag inside of it. Now, what I'm actually doing here, guys, is I'm building this, okay? So this image right here is going to be the Papa Fam image. So I'm going to pop that in right here. So boom, there you go. Okay, looking good. I'm going to go ahead and style this up. So we're going to say rounded full, height of 56, width of 56, and a margin bottom of 10. Bam. All right. And underneath this, I'm going to have an H1, which says the Papa Fam drawer, the Papa Fam drawer. I'm going to have an H2 underneath it, which says get started by logging in with your MetaMask. And guys, I do want to stress, Thirdweb dropped a sick Web3 button, right? Check out their Twitter, but they dropped an amazing Web3 button, and I hope they see this because I really do like the fact that they dropped that. It was 15 hours ago. I didn't have time to add it in this build. I'm going to add it in my next one though, so stay tuned for that. We've got loads of stuff happening with these guys. It's awesome. Okay, so we got H1 over here. I'm gonna actually throw on some new tunes I've added into the playlist. Remember, you can get the playlist for free. Link is in the description. You just have to sign up to the newsletter. We'll send it to you for absolutely free. We've got some new cool jams inside of this playlist. I love this. Right, class name is to text 6XL. Let me know if you guys are hyped in right now. I can see everyone focus mode, right? Probably coding along. So 6XL. Text is going to go white, and I'm going to say the font should be bold. It's going to disappear right now. That's fine. Let's go to the surrounding div, change the class name to a background like so. There we go. Awesome stuff. Min height of the screen. That looks better. We're going to say it should be flex, and I'm going to do flex column. I'm going to put all the items in the center, and I'm going to justify in the center as well. That's like one of those, you know, kind of checks for the spelling for height. Oh, thank you, dude. Width of 56. There you go. Nice. Thank you, dude. Height of 56, width of 56. Right. See, that's how I know you're watching. Awesome stuff. Andre Smith, welcome to the Popper Fam special tier. Amazing stuff, dude. Thank you for supporting the Popper Fam. Nice. Okay, so at this point, looking pretty nice. What I want to do as well is justify center, item center, awesome stuff. I'm going to go ahead and say the following. So this surrounding div is also going to go ahead and have this flex. Oh, I love that. Thank you so much, Andre. He said this content should not be free. Honestly, it's just about giving back, dude. That's all it is, man. We just want to get as many developers out there as possible. It's incredible. Right, there we go. That's looking pretty good so far. I'm actually quite happy with that. And then let's actually make it centered as well, because that, oh, there you go. That does the trick. Right. So right now you see it's not centered on a mobile view. So I actually want to do that. I've completely forgotten about that on my other one. So I say text center, bam. There you go. Popper Fam draw. There you go. Okay, it looks good. Now let's change the H2 to be a class white. So let's do text white like so, bam. Awesome stuff. And underneath this H2, I'm going to have a button. And this button is going to say login with MetaMask. Bam, save. Okay, now that button, let's style it up. Let's make it look a lot better than it is. So right now we want to have this button. And obviously feel free to, you know, go crazy with this stuff. Change it however you want. I want to see you guys doing it. You're doing your thing. And by the way, if you're watching right now, pull out your phone, tag me on Instagram and show me some love. Right? I love to see you guys who are watching. My tag is at the bottom of the screen under me right now. It's SSSSS Sanga, right? It's literally under my name. You can see it there. It's also in the description. PX of 8, PY of 5, margin top of 10. Bam. Rounded, large screen, and shadow, large, and font should be bold. Bam, just like that. Okay, that didn't work. PY of, there you go. Nice. So looking pretty nice. So what I'm going to do now is connect with MetaMask function. So it's a nice little login function essentially. Oh, this is a nice song. Yeah, I remember adding this in. We added this into our vlog and it was pretty cool. All right, if you guys are watching the vlogs, let me know. Connect with MetaMask. I've got 2 new vlogs coming up and we've got a massive one coming up as well. So hit save on that and we can see use MetaMask over here. And now, how are you doing for random for lottery? Jeff Powell, we're not generating a random number right now. We're doing it is a winner always, and we're literally selecting a random index from an array, and all those array contain is basically addresses of each individual. Again, it's literally a winner on every time there's a winner kind of vibe, right? But yeah, you can feel free, man. Add your own on if you want, right? Everyone can take it so far and everything, right? Do whatever you want to add to it, right? So we're going to log in with MetaMask now. Connect with MetaMask. There we go. I need to do an on-click. And I'm going to go ahead and do connect with MetaMask. And boom! See how I'm logged in? Nice, right? Matthias says, I have you in the background, by the way. Awesome stuff, dude. So you can see log in, log out. Nice, guys. Hit refresh. Awesome. I love this. And you see this initial loading phase, right? Where it's loading. I also want to go ahead and fix that as well. So I'm going to have a little loader instead. So this is what I want. Loading the Popper Fam drawer, and then you can do it, right? Now, yes, you can server-side render as well. The one thing I do want to mention while we're here, guys, is I want to get rid of this whole stigma behind like being the best developer in the world, right? We need to stop this as a developer community. There's no need for everyone to bow about being the best. I hate that attitude because everyone deserves to be a developer, right? Everyone is good enough to be a developer and change their life with software. So come on guys, share some positivity, right? And it's just something it was on my mind recently, and I want everyone to start. This is why I want to kind of show you guys. It's not about always doing the best, perfect, optimal way. You're always going to find a way to improve it. So just do your damn best and just enjoy the process. That is it. Okay? Please, like that is, I promise you, do that and you will have a better life. Okay? So at this point, thank you, SNDF. Good job, Papa. I appreciate you, dude. Amazing stuff. Okay, with this said, we're going to go ahead and Andre says, I agree. I have actually been feeling that way lately, Sonny. Thank you, dude. Thank you, guys. Honestly, 100%. Because this has to change, right? Everyone deserves to be a developer. That is it. And I just felt like I had to say that, right? Let's do this. Let's carry on. We're going strong, guys. I love this right now. I've completely messed up my other screen. There we go. All right. Jim Toner is 24% done with 0 to full stack hero. Nice, dude. That is awesome. Jay, you hear that? That's cool, man. Okay, let's go to our index. Let's add in a loader. Now, this is courtesy of Jay. He found this library, and it's actually an awesome library. We're going to be using it today. Okay, so what we're going to now do is I'm going to basically determine if the app is loading based on the loading state for a contract. Okay, so remember we deployed our smart contract, this one in particular, right? So as you can see here, if we want to load in our contract, you can see we can go ahead and pull in our contract like so. Now you're probably wondering, what the hell do you mean pull in my contract? Well, to execute any of these functions for the lottery, it's all attached to this contract. So what we're now going to do, guys, is we're going to go ahead and add in the following. All right, I'm going to go ahead and add in a environment file, so .env.local. And in here, what I want you to do is add in the following thing, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and add in the following environment variable. So I want you to go ahead and grab this value, right? So I'm going to go ahead and paste it, and I'm going to hide it because I don't want everyone to spam this build, okay? So I've got that, that address right there, and I've pasted it in, I've hit save, and I've closed that file. Okay, so what this has done now is it's loaded up an environment variable into my build. So what I now need to do is I need to cut my my server and yarn run dev. It actually said loaded environment variable. Interesting. Or maybe it doesn't now automatically, but there you go. So that way we've got the fresh environment variables and we can start using it. Okay, so at this point, what I want you to do is go over and we're going to go ahead and say the following. I'm going to actually use something. Jeff Powell, no, I completely love your question. It actually brought out a point. So no offense taken. You're a million miles better than Dev. No, don't worry, dude. Honestly, I appreciate you speaking the truth. That's what I want. I want everyone to speak the way that they feel. That's awesome to have you here, man. I just felt like I had to express that because I felt that resistance when I was becoming a developer. Hence why I feel it's going to be important for newcomers to also understand that we're always learning. That's it. Yeah, but love and appreciate you, dude. Right, so at this point, we're going to have two things that we pull out of the use contract hook. This is going to be the contract and the is loading, basically objects. And we're going to use the use contract hook. Now, this takes a contract address. Now, as you can see, I can go ahead and put in a contract address, or what I can actually do is I can go ahead and say something like this. I can go ahead and say process.env. And I've actually got the environment variable here. Bam, there you go. Next public lottery contract address. Okay. So check this out, right? So at this point, I really do love the positivity, right? I really want to shout that one out. We're nearly at 400 likes as well. Smash that like button, right? So at this point, you can see that this is the way you want to do it, right? And that way, and by the way, if you remember, if you redeploy another version or you release something else, again, like you change up your contract, all you need to do is npx thirdweb release. That will release it. So you go onto the browser, you kind of do that release cycle I showed you earlier. That will give you a new address. So you'd have to change that address in your environment variable. Just something to know. Okay. So at this point, we've got our contract. Okay, so this is loading. What I want to show you right now is we're going to basically determine if it's loading. I instead want to show something like this, right? We're going to have some kind of some loading ticker or something, right? So some kind of cool loading animation. Where the hell did I put mine? I'm just trying to find it. There you go. Okay, so if loading, I'm going to return some JSX and we're going to put it in. You can always make it neater if you want. I'm just going to do it simply here for a sec. Inside of here, I'm going to have a div, I'm going to have an image, and this is going to have a cool sort of PuppetFam draw. And I'm going to have a H1 saying loading, loading the PuppetFam draw. Okay, now hit refresh. Now you see it should say loading the PuppetFam draw. Bam, there we go. Okay, now obviously I know it's loading the contract instead of the actual screen, and what you could really do here is you can actually put if there is no address, show that first. But I kind of like the loader, right? I know logically you should have that, right? If you're not logged in and right? So have that first maybe, and then okay, let's do that. Let's do that way. It makes more sense, right? Let's do that. So if you refresh, if you're logged in, then it loads the PuppetFam draw, then it shows it. Fair enough, right? It's whatever you want. Okay, but at this point I'm going to have it like this, and then we're going to style this up so it looks pretty cool, right? And if you can see, this is the end goal. I want to have something like this, loading the PuppetFam drawer with this nice little spinner thing, right? So let's style this up. I'm going to say a background here should be of this, and you can't see it right now. You're going to have to trust me that this is the case. Height of screen. I'm going to give a bunch of styling properties. This is basically the trick to center an element. So same as what we did earlier. Class name here, I'm going to say flex. The items should remain in the center. Space between them of 2 and a margin on the bottom of 10. For that image, I'm going to go ahead and give it a rounded look. So rounded 4 gives it a circle, sorry. Height and width of 20. For the text, I'm going to go ahead and say class name should be text large. Text, oh God, text large. Text should be white. Oh, thank you, SEN dev. Oh, sorry, I think that was the same as before. I'm not sure if I saw it. Text white. And we're going to do font bold. Telly says, there's fire here, man. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate you. Boom. Sunny for the win. Thank you, dude. Right. So at this point, you can see we're looking pretty nice. If I was to refresh, let's log in, loading the PuppetFam draw. Okay, looks a lot better already. Now I want to have that nice little loader that you saw, right? So what we're actually going to do here is use something called React Spinners. So I'm going to show you that right now. React Spinners is an awesome library. We're actually going to use it right here. They have an awesome demo page as well. You can feel free to go ahead and check it out. In fact, you can play around with a bunch of different ones. There's loads of different looks you can get. I'm actually just going to use it and show you how it works. So Command J, pull this up. Jay probably turns his head every time I say that. Bam, yarn add React Spinners. And then I'm going to go ahead and import the first spinner that we're going to use. Well, the only spinner we're going to use. Bam, propagate loader. Okay. I see Jay right in chat. Propagate loader. I love the fact you guys get to know the team as well. It's what PuppetFam's about. It's family, right? It's important you guys get to know Jay, you guys get to know me, that kind of stuff. Right, propagate loader, boom. Let me know, do you guys want to see more vlogs? Because I'm loving the vlogs as well. Size of 30. Now, with that said, let's go ahead and refresh. Loading the PuppetFam drawer. Oh, look at that. As it loads the contract, bam. This looks clean, right? It's all about these little UI tricks. Awesome. Now, the reason why, oh yeah, that's why. The reason why there was the address there before is because, see, there's that little flicker. So I kind of wanted it to get past that. So that's why I did it the other way last time. Okay. Nice. I'm going to add it back there. I knew there was a reason. You could do, I know you could do ORs and all that kind of stuff, but it's fine. We'll do that for now. Quick little water break. Smash the like button if you're enjoying this right now. It's an amazing pace. Nearly at 400 likes. Okay. Let's go. Bam. All right. So next step is we're going to start building out the UI. So I'm going to log in, and you see we've got a lot to do, guys. All right. So we're going to build out this right now. Okay. So first thing I want to do is let's just save ourselves a bit of hassle here and actually refactor a bit. So this code right here is going to be, I haven't done this in the actual push build to the GitHub repo, but instead it's fine. I'm just going to say loading.tsx. It's okay. I know my names aren't the best. It's fine. I'm going to go ahead and pop this in, propagate loader. I'm going to pull out of here. There's a quick refactoring example, guys. Boom, loading. The replay will be on YouTube. Yes, dude. Charlie Sheen. Boom. Charlie Sheen, again, it's not, we're not using a random number here. We're just picking from there's some crypto thing that we used in it. You can feel free to check out. Vision, whoa, come on, Sonny, win with the W. Oh, thank you, man. £10. I'm gonna get some nice food after. Right, so we're gonna go ahead and refactor this. So I'm getting rid of that, and this entire block now becomes a much cleaner return loading. Bam, that's how we want to do it. Thank you so much for that donation, by the way. I really appreciate it, man. Right, there we go, loading. Good stuff. Now test your code out. Make sure it ain't broken nothing. There we go. Bam. Still nicer, a lot cleaner. Right. So there we go. We've got some nice little logic there, and we can start doing stuff. Now we've got our contract here, so we can go ahead and do some stuff. Anyan Wu says, you're such an amazing guy. I always follow your builds for new stuff, just as you showed the React Spinners library now. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate you. Amazing, dude. All right. So we've got the next step in. So basically now what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to go ahead and pull in the different we're actually going to go ahead and pull in the different, let's call it like different statistics of the actual draw, right? So in this case, the tickets remaining, the total prize pool, the expiration of the draw, the price per ticket, and we're going to build out this UI. Then we're going to do the admin controls. Okay, so at this point what I want to do is I'm going to switch the UI so you don't get confused. We're going to have a non-admin look first, then we're going to go ahead and add in the admin controls. Okay, so Vision says, learn a lot from you, brother. Looking forward to you. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. Your Next.js series helped me a lot. Thank you so much, Ronald, Patrick. You guys are incredible, man. Thank you. This is awesome. Right, and then we're going to build this out as well. So lots of stuff to do. Let's get on with it. Right, so first thing first. Right, let's just pick out a thing to do. Let's build out this next draw firstly. So the first thing I want to pay attention to is that this right here is actually going to be a flex box situation, right? So we've got let's go ahead and show the okay, let's go ahead and show here. Okay, so the first box, this one here, div. Okay, so this is going to be a flex box situation. Okay, so underneath the header, I'm going to do a div, and here we're going to have another div. And the first one, so I'm going to show you, this one is going to basically see the next draw box. So basically we're drawing this one, the next draw box. Underneath that, we're going to have the price per ticket box. Okay, so let's do this. The price per ticket box. There we go, price per ticket box. That's going to be a div underneath. Whoa, Andre Smith, thank you, dude. He goes, not much, but thank you, dude. It's massive. Thank you, man. But thank you for what you do. I really love your attitude, passion, enthusiasm. You help so many of us, dude. I appreciate that so much, man. Thank you. That's incredible, honestly. It doesn't matter about amount. That is, to me, that's £1 million, right? It's incredible to see you guys watching. You look so impressed how focused you are. Thank you, dude. Oh, I love this. Jay, capture these screenshots, man. Rennie says, hey, Sonny, I'm from Rwanda. I think your skills, I love the skills that you share. I'm working with a German company as a front developer. You contribute a lot. Thank you. Incredible, man. Screenshot that, Jay. Sick. All right, let's go ahead and carry on. Oh, man, this is getting me so hyped up today, right? So this first div, I'm going to go ahead and add in at H1. It's going to say the next draw. Boom. And as you can see, we're going to start seeing things in there. Oh, this is a beat. All right, this is sick. All right, this guy, we've got a B here. So the H1, and then I'm going to have a div. We're going to get flow stated up, guys. Another div inside there. H2 saying total pull. And we're going to go ahead. Can we donate other crypto or just ETH? Gas fees are too high? Oh, Jeff. No, feel free, dude. That's the address. Honestly, just thank you, man. If you want to, that's completely, thank you so much. You actually got a point, you know, it's a fair point. I've got loads of stuff on that address. So feel free, Matic, whatever, man. I appreciate you. This is cool. So we've got tickets remaining. Okay, total pool. Underneath that, we're going to have the current winning reward as well. So underneath this, we're going to have like, imagine it's going to say like 0.1 ETH winning. Let's just say 0.1 ETH. Okay, there we go. Let's start dropping some color here as well, because that way you guys can see what the hell's going on. Okay, let's do the H1 first. Let's do a text 5XL, text white, on semi-bold. Hack the code and says, good to see you back on track. What is up, dude? Text should be centered. As you can see, we are building this container right here. Okay, so now in the div, this is where you have to get focused, dude. It's actually tricky right now reading this. H2, we're going to go and say this should be text small. This div right here is going to have the a container style called stats, and this is going to be a custom one that we're going to add afterwards. So I'll show you that in just a sec. Now the total winnings is going to be a text XL. Oops. Now to show you the text of the winnings is going to be like this, right? So total pool, tickets remaining, that kind of thing. And this will be Matic actually. Total pool, and then it's going to be XL. Okay, cool. Now the div outside of this stats is going to have a flex, justify, between, situation, padding of 2, space between them of 2. There we go. Okay, now obviously the style here is not nice, so we're going to fix that up. And the stats container, so right now this entire situation is inside of this div, so I'm going to go ahead and just this div right here, extend that underneath that div. There we go, like that. That's how you want to do it. Okay, now this surrounding div here is going to be stats container. And I'll show you why we're going to do this, right? Because I'm going to repeat the same styling for 2 containers. Okay, so we're going to do this right now. So Shuria Pandi says, Sunny's back with the tourist. What man, Buzz Fire. Thank you for making this even exist. Thank you so much. I feel like we are working out while coding. It's so cool, honestly. Okay, let's go ahead and go to our globals. So this is the one where basically we're going to add in our custom own utility classes like we have with Tailwind CSS, but it's going to be our own. I'm going to define. Okay, so how do we do this? Well, what I'm going to show you is we're going to add in 2 of our own. Now the way you create your own is we're going to say at layer, and basically going to inject my own styles into the components layer. Now the ones I'm going to inject are going to be stats and stats container. So I'm going to add in 2 of my own, stats and stats container. And here, the first thing all you need to do is to start writing it. You say at apply, and then you put in whatever the hell you want. So at this point, I can say BG, and I've got a style here. So I'm going to go ahead and pop in our own little style here. So bam, BG, and then we've got to have text white. And as you can see, if I hit save here, it's starting to style it up. So we see it's actually working. Okay, looking good. Alex K, maybe just a bit like 15%. Got you, bro. Awesome. P of 4. There we go. And then we're going to say flex 1. So it's using up the majority of its space, right? And that way, when we surround it in a container, it will use up what it needs to use up. And then the final one is I'm going to give it a border value of 2 pixels, so border 2, with a custom border color. And as you can see, it looks pretty nice, right? That looks pretty good. And the container itself, I'm going to go ahead and say at apply. And this one is going to go ahead and say BG, and it's going to have the same background color. In fact, I'm going to have a padding of 5 as well, and around the corners, around large. And I'm going to do a custom border color, and I'm only doing a pixel value of 1. Okay, there you go. Nice. So the stats container has got its own styling, and there you go. Looks pretty damn good. Okay, so at this point, Tailwind is the best styling. I 100% agree with you, dude. Okay, so at this point where we've got the stats, okay, we're going to have another div, and this div is going to have stats. I'm going to show you how to do that with Emmet, right? So you say div.stats, and bam, just like that, you have it. Okay, and then we'll say H2, and this one's going to say tickets remaining, and this one's going to be a class name of text small, bam. And we've got, oh, look at that, guys. Come on. Look how clean that just popped in, right? Like, what? All right, and this one's going to say like 100 tickets, and then we're going to obviously grab that number as we, oh, sorry, this is going to be a P tag. It's going to say like 100 tickets remaining, so forth. And we're going to basically grab that number as we need to. Text XL, cool. XL, nice. Guys, we need 400 likes. Let's do this. Smash that like button. This is so cool. I see the real OG sticking it out. That is amazing. Okay, so underneath that, we're going to have a countdown timer, which I'm going to do in just a second afterwards. So underneath this, we're going to have a countdown timer. So we're going to implement this afterwards. So Boom, 400 likes. That's what I'm talking about. Let's keep going, guys. If you're watching the replay of this, just know that this was at one point where we had 400 likes. And we're like, yes, let's go. All right, there's some amazing stuff, guys. I love you guys and appreciate you so much. Okay, so we've got this looking pretty damn good so far. Okay, we do need to set a max width constraint around that, so we're going to do that right now as well. Okay, so where we have the stats container and this surrounding div, we're going to go ahead and do the following. We're going to say space y of 5. So this is when they're basically stacked up on each other when they're in a mobile view. On the middle screens and above, we're going to say space y of 0. So this is basically applicable when it goes to this. So space y of 5 between the children component and so forth. On the middle screen, I'm going to get rid of it. Margin of 5 around it. There we go. It pushes it away from the edge. On the middle screens and above, flexbox. On the middle screens and above, it should be a flex row. And items should be at the start. And what this means is, so rather than sort of centering them, they're at the start line together. So the two children are starting at the same line, right? The baseline. Let's get to 500 likes, guys. Let's do it. So item start, justify center. Let's go bam. And then on the middle screens and above, it should be space X of 5. So space X of 5, bam. There we go. Okay. So now we've got our first container here. Let's add in our second container underneath it. Okay. So a div. This is going to have a stats container. So remember that little Emmet trick? We say div.stats container, bam. And this is going to have a space on the y-axis of 2 as well. Okay. Now the first thing I want to do here, guys, is I want to go ahead. I'm going to have an inner container as well, actually, for this one. I'm actually going to have another inner container. So I'm going to have a div.stats container. And in this one, I'm actually going to have again another div with a h2 inside of it and a p tag next to that. Okay, now in the first h2 I'm going to have a price per ticket. In the second p tag I'm going to have a price, basically. So it's going to imagine it's going to have a fixed number. For now I'll add this in. We're going to actually put in our own number afterwards. Okay, but now you can see it stacks up, and then from the rules we gave earlier, it's going to go ahead and do the following. So looking good so far. Okay, nice. Now for the H2 surrounding ticket, I'm going to say it should be a flex box. It should justify between. Awesome stuff. Items should be in the center. Space, no, text should be white. Sorry, text white. And padding on the bottom of 2. Nice. Now the price per ticket at this point should be, we're not actually going to style that. We're going to keep it pretty simple. So price per ticket looks good. We need to do this ticket box now. So where I have my div, where I have my p tag, my div, outside of this, I'm going to have a div with a p tag, with a p tag. And I'm going to go ahead and do the following. Reliable Special says, wow, that's crazy, dude. Thank you so much, man. We're literally flying right now. We're doing awesome. All right, so we're actually going to have a custom input field here. So this is going to be an input, and this is going to be of type number. Okay, and that gives us these nice little tickers, so up and down ticker. And yes, you can customize this one if you really wanted to. We're going to say this should be flex, text should be white. So we're going to start doing this. Items should be in the center, space X of 2 between them. So there you go, we can start spacing them out. Background should have a color. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and give it a color and a border with a custom color as well. So I'm just going to chuck these all in right here straight away. Okay, and I want to give a padding of 4, so to let it breathe a bit. Okay, so as you can see, we're starting to get this look and feel. Now we need to override the styles of our class. So we're going to go ahead and say flex. This should actually be, the width should be full. So I want to use up the most. The background should be transparent. The text should be towards the right, right? And we're going to say outline none. Oh God, that's horrible. And outline none. That basically gets rid of that little blue box. So you see this blue box, outline none destroys it. So outline none gets rid of it. So there you go. Okay, I have a value. And as you can see, we've got a number there. So 4. Right, so that looks pretty damn good so far. And what time do you sleep? It really depends, honestly. Space X says 2, there's a typo. Thank you, I love this. That's how I'd love to say it was on purpose, but it really wasn't. But you guys are, I know you're watching. We're doing amazing with time. We're doing amazing. Let's go. Okay, boom. Tickets 4, looking great so far. Okay, now underneath the tickets, what we're eventually going to do is also set up a few constraints. We'll say min here is just 1, max of 10. Yes, there are so many things you could do to improve the backend security, that kind of stuff, but I'm not going to get into it. Right now, for this, I'm going to set a value here. Right now, the value initially we're going to set it to a quantity. We don't have this quantity, so I'm going to create it at the top. Okay, so we're going to say const quantity set quantity. So this is a basic React rule. If you do find this confusing, make sure you actually go ahead and check out the React Basics 101. Jay will drop a link right now in the chat. Use state, and there's also a link in the description, right? The use state. Now this is going to be a number. Okay, so I'm going to cast a number type to it, and by basically force it to be a number, and the default number is going to be a 1. Right, so now heading back over to this, every time I click the number, I need it to change the value. Okay, so what I now want to do is basically say on change of that number, I will need to basically attach something to that event. So on change, we're going to attach. So every time I type it or I change it, you see how it does this, right? Set quantity. That's awesome, right? It's a set quantity, but I'm actually going to type this one out and explain something to you guys. Rather than pass int, I'm actually going to say number, cast it to e.target.value. Nice way of doing it. Okay, so now if I go ahead and increment the number, you see how I can go up in numbers and it hits 10, stops. I can go down in numbers. There you go. It goes down to 1. Awesome stuff. Okay, thank you, Jay, for sharing the link. Well, nice. Right, so there you go. We're limiting, soft limiting 10. I know you can keep buying 10. It doesn't matter. Okay, it's fine. At this point, it's educational, so it's fine. All right, so now we're gonna have total cost of tickets, service fees, and network fees as well. Right, so total cost of tickets, let's go ahead and pull that in. So underneath this input, we've got the next div. So underneath this div, I've got another div with a div inside of it. So div inception, boom. And inside of here, we've got 2 p tags. So p2, oops, got p times by 2, bam. Total cost of tickets. I get paranoid about the small things. And this will have a ticket inside, like a number inside. I'm just gonna make it drastic right now, 999, so we know to change it, okay? And then we're also gonna have a same thing again. So we're gonna have a div underneath this, so div, and this one's gonna have 2 p tags. It's gonna say service fees, and this is gonna have a number as well, so 0.001, and this will say like Matic, for example, okay? And then we're gonna have div, and we're gonna say plus network fees, and this one I'm actually not gonna like calculate it for you. I'm just gonna say to be confirmed, because the network fees always differ. Oh, sorry, that should actually be p times by 2, bam. And there we go, save, and underneath it should be TBC. There we go. Okay, cool. Now let's style these up, let's make them look good. All right, so at this point, yes, you could probably do something easier than what I'm about to do, but it's fine. Feel free to do however the hell you want it. So underneath on these 2 divs, I'm gonna go ahead and attach class names here. So class names, bam, and I'm gonna go ahead and do this. So we've got flex item center, justify between, text emerald 300, text extra small, and italic for the bottom 2. There you go, you see it. Oh, this is sick. Daniel says, I landed a new job and started watching your channel. You helped me gain self-confidence in coding and you're crushing it. Keep this up and go. That is awesome, dude. Thank you so much for sharing that. That is amazing, man. Extreme, now wouldn't it be better to add a global standard? You could do that way. Again, there's 100 ways you could do this, right? So there we go, live from Dubai. That's it, dude. I am in Dubai right now. Right, so here we're gonna go ahead and pop this in as well. And I'm gonna go ahead and say the font should be extra bold as well for this final one, extra bold. And also, I don't want this to be extra small here. I'm going to make this one small. Okay. So there you go. And that's looking pretty nice. And then for the surrounding div, now to space it out a bit, space between the Y components of 2. So that spaces out all your children. Margin top of 5 to give it a bit of breathing room. And look at that, guys. Looking clean. Looking very, very clean. Right now, obviously that's not looking great, right? We need to fix why the hell it's not using up its space, but we get there, we'll get there. Okay, so the next thing is we're gonna have a buy button, right? So buy tickets, blah blah blah. Okay, so let's do that first, then we'll fix out the spacing issue that we just saw. Okay, so underneath that div, I'm gonna have a button, and this button will say buy tickets basically. We'll style it up afterwards. We'll add like the logic for it afterwards. But this is essentially quite a big one. So it's margin top 5. I'm gonna use a gradient here. So I'm gonna use background gradient. And what I love here is you can actually say to bottom right. So it's a gradient from the bottom right. And in this case, you can see I'm going to do it from orange 500, oops, orange 500 to a color of emerald 600, okay? And then what this does is it gives us a nice little gradient already. So it's very nice. Padding X of 10, padding Y of 5, around the corners out, around an MD. There you go. And then we're going to say text white, okay? Shadow XL, bam. There we go, looks good. And then we're going to say when it's disabled. So again, I'm actually going to disable this button in certain situations. I'm going to change the from color to a gray 600. And when it's disabled, I'm going to change it to a gray of 100. So I'm changing the gradient colors when it's disabled. And I'm also going to add a special cursor saying cursor not allowed. Cursor not allowed. Okay. There you go. Now, if I disable this button, you'll see here, disabled, you see how it changes, right? My cursor gets put into effect. It does not let me do it. Okay. So we're going to have some logic in the future afterwards when it's basically when it's done, right? Okay. Looks kind of nice. Cool, cool, cool. Now, at this point, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I've actually just done that correctly as well. To gray, from gray, 600, bam. Those changed to shadow. Okay, nothing changed. Disabled. Okay, so in fact, I actually changed my to color. Disabled text gray. Oh, I changed the text gray. That's it. That's why. To gray, from gray, 600. Okay, so what I did actually, sorry guys, I said to gray, disabled should be 600, and then I also changed the text color. So I was wondering, it didn't look right. It looked ugly. I was like, I didn't design that. All right, there we go. Let's do that now. Disabled. That looks better. That looks more disabled. Like that looks more like it's not working. Okay. Okay. Mr. Frank is suddenly moving to Dubai with Jay and doubling down on Web3 is big moves. Amen, dude. That is exactly what we're doing. Sorry, I like desperately needed a drink break there for a sec. So close to 500 likes, guys. Smash that like. Let's keep going. Okay, so the buy ticket is done. All right, now I need to make this like grow because it's just like looking nasty small right now. Okay, so let's find where I've actually added in that flex rule. Okay, where have I done that? I have done it in the surrounding div, I believe. Okay, so we've got MD flex row, All right, stats container. Let's have a look. This is break it down. So right now, these aren't growing the way that they need to grow. And that's what's causing an issue. So let's find out where my styles have gone wrong. Flex one. No. Okay, so that looks perfect. It's when we hit the medium screens. So my medium logic's kind of screwed up. Stats container, flex one. Okay. Let's have a look over here. Next draw box. Okay, so it's actually to do with flex row, MD flex, next draw. My okay. Space. Let's just kind of digest and go through it. So let's do next draw box. Let's start there. The next draw box is going to be space x5 margin y from 5 MD flex. Okay, flex row done. I am start just for MD space 5. Okay, that's fine. Stats container is good. And then the next draw is all good. So this is actually looking fine so far. Not quite sure where I've not done it right. Oh no, I know where. Price per ticket. Okay, so in fact, where the hell have I done this? I've sort of spaced it out at one point and I'm trying to find out where I have. Oh, okay, I see it. I see it. My bad. My bad. Right, so where we have the header, right, here we go. So where I've done flex column, the entire app here, so I'm actually going to put main, or you could just, that's fine. All right, I'm actually going to put the rest of this app in all the way from here into the top bit. So into a surrounding div. Okay, guys. Oops. Into this. And I'm going to say class name flex1. There you go. It will take up its majority of its room. Have I done that correct? Oh, God damn it. Flex column, min height screen, flex column. There we go. Okay, let's refresh. Aditya, Sunny bro, you are awesome, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. All right, I'm trying to debug right now. That's why I'm kind of going a bit weird talking to myself. I like to show you guys this. I don't know where the hell I've messed this styling up. So I need it to go full screen. Not full screen. I need to use up the majority of its room. Why have I done this? Okay, my header is good. Okay. And then this div right here goes all the way to the bottom outside. Okay, looking good. And then we've got my header. Nice. And then we've got... Okay, I mean, I'll find it at some point. I had some set width somewhere and I can't find my width. Where have I done that? Margin 5, pairing 5. Basically, guys, you see this? Yeah, this size is what I want. So I've actually set a width constraint here somewhere, and I'm trying to find it. Okay, interesting. Admin button. That's fine. We'll come back to it. It's cool. Yeah, but we'll get to this point eventually, right? I just can't be asked to keep debugging this right now. We'll find it. So frustrating. It's somewhere. I know it's somewhere. God damn it. But I think you guys like when I do this, right? Because I'm showing you is that I'm trying to find it. So we'll see. Okay, anyway. At this point, we'll come back to that because it is here somewhere. Where the hell is it? Margin 5. It's bugging me so much. It's padding. Is it padding? No. No. Flex right, installment, stats container. Okay, it'll come to me. It's in the medium. Medium flex row. Flex row item start, justify center. Okay, so it's definitely to do with this. Justify center, because if I didn't do justify center, bam, it goes to the side. And then if we do flex 1, yeah, it should be using up its width. No, that's already doing that. Stats container, flex 1. Okay, so I see what was happening here. So what we could do is, I actually want to check something. I want to do, I'm going to do a max width. I've got an idea. Max width of 5XL, maybe. I think I've done it on the surrounding. No, I didn't. Okay. I'm so confused right now. Anyway, max width 6XL. And let's do stats container. Should have a flex 1. Okay, cool. So that's actually looking kind of cool. Still it's a bit big, but next draw can take up majority of the room. That's fine. Let's just come to some point, right, where it makes sense. Let's do max width 4XL maybe. Okay, yeah, let's do that. No. Ah, screw it. It's gonna bug me so much. I'll find it afterwards and I'll fix it. All right. Don't get, oh, damn it. All right. It's fine. It's fine. I'll find it. I get so fussy with this kind of stuff because it bothers me. I like it to be perfect. But anyway, the next draw can actually be, I mean, if I want to make this look perfect the way I want to do it right now, what I would do is I would go over to my next draw and I would actually go ahead and give it a flex of 1. So I'd give it some sort of size here. So flex 1. It's really hard when you're actually live doing it, you know. Max width. Oh, okay, no, I see where I'm at. I see. All right, so MD space 5. Oh, nice. We got another new Papa Fam special tier member. What's up, dude? Let's do flex 1. So use up as much space as you can. In fact, it's using flex there, so. Okay, screw it. You know what? I'll come back because it's somewhere there and it's bothering me, but it's going to, God damn it. It's somewhere there. All right, I'll find it. it's there. Basically, something is causing this to look perfect, and it's really freaking me out. Where the hell is it? All right, I'll come back to this. We'll get that at the end. We'll do it as like a little bonus thing at the end. But for now, we'll do it in mobile view because it's going to help us anyway. Okay. Oof. That's sick. Okay. So now what we're going to do, guys, is actually start implementing this functionality. Okay, so the first thing is this timer right here. So what I'm actually going to do is start pulling in some things from our contract, so that way we have the information that we need to proceed. So first thing I'm going to do is not the timer, actually. I'm going to go ahead and pull in some of these statistics. Okay, so the total pull and the tickets remaining. Okay, so the way we do this is we go over to our code over here on our smart contract, and as you can see, if it's a reading function, I can pick from the reading functions and get the information. So in this case, remaining tickets, if I click this, it gives me the code, and you can see we're actually using the contract earlier as an argument here, and we can go ahead and pull in data. And we've got the same for writing data as well. So this is how I found my code snippets. So we can go ahead and continue on from that. So remaining tickets, let's go ahead and add this one in right now. So remaining tickets like so. Here I've got a function, use contract data, we've already pulled in, and that is the function name from the Solidity smart contract. Now what I've done here is it said that the object that we're destructuring is called data. I've renamed it to an alias called remaining tickets. So I can actually use that now inside of my code. Okay, so what I can do now is heading down over to where we have tickets remaining. It was here. Instead now I can actually say remaining tickets is optional because it could be loading, and we're going to say change it to a number. Now you'll see 95 tickets. There we go. It works. Thank you, dude, for becoming a awesome Papa Fan member. That is amazing. Andre Smith, have a great day, Sonny. I'll be picking this one up tomorrow morning. Can't wait. Got to a meeting now. Keep crushing it, Papa Fan. That's it, dude. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Right, so we've got tickets remaining 95. I'm going to do the same thing now for the rest of it. So the total prize pool, let's change this. So let's go ahead and get the total prize pool. So total prize pool, I'm going to go ahead and get at the top. Let's find it. Where the hell is that? Current winning reward, I think it is. Yeah. Total winning reward. Okay, so it's this one right here. So I'm going to pop this in. This one's called the current winning reward function. So we're reading that value. Now this one's interesting, guys. So what I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to use something from the ethers library, which we installed earlier. So what I'm actually going to do is get the ethers. Now, whenever we actually read the current winnings or any of that kind of stuff, what actually tends to happen is it gives it back in a format known as Wei or Gwei, which is actually like a sub-currency for Ethereum or Matic, right? So if I was to go ahead and show you the winning amount right now, get current winning reward, you'll see it's like 9 billion or something, right? Or 5 billion. That's actually Gwei. It's the smallest currency for representing Ethereum or Matic. So we have to convert that into a number that we're understanding, right? Which is basically Ethereum or Matic, right? So in this case, I get this. I go down to the total pool, and I'm actually going to write the following function. And you're going to see me use this a lot as it goes on, okay? So I'm now going to go ahead and say current winning reward. Let's go pop this in. So total pool, let's go ahead and chuck in a code bit over here. So I'm going to say, if we have the current winning reward, only then should we then show ethers dot utils dot format ether, it's called, and inside there we pass in our Ethereum or our Matic value. Okay, so in this case I'll say current winning reward dot to string. Okay, I'm already checking if it exists, so we don't have to optional chain it here. Okay, then what we're going to do is it'll be of a currency, so in this case Matic. So now you should see 0.05 Matic. Okay, now what I want you guys to do now is actually understand that this Matic we're going to be using, it could be Ethereum, it could be Matic. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to create a constant file here called constants.ts, and inside of our constants.ts I'm going to add in a variable which we're going to import and export, known as, it's a string value and it's going to be the currency, so Matic. And the reason why I'm going to do this is because you could deploy to different currencies and you might want to go ahead and just make it easier for yourself. So now we just say currency and it's always going to pull in Matic, and if we change it to Ethereum, we change it in one place, it gets updated everywhere. Okay, so now you can see total prize pool Matic. There you go. Okay, now what you could do here as well, guys, is you could actually have it in like this. You can actually put it in the bracket, so it's only going to show the entire block. if you really wanted to do that, you could do that. In this case, I'm not too fast, so I'm just going to have it there. But you can see that's dynamically being pulled in now. Now, the price per ticket, let's continue on. Price per ticket, let's do the same thing for this. So price per ticket, we're going to go ahead and get the ticket price in the following function. So this is going to come from the following function. So same principle right here. We've got ticket price, a read function, and then we're going to go to price per ticket, and we're going to go ahead and code this up. Awesome stuff. So at this point, what we're now going to do is we're going to do the same logic, and I'm going to have the exact same snippet, but for ticket price. And the reason why you're wondering, Sunny, why don't you just optional chain it here and don't have it here? Well, this will fail because it will try to run the format function. So that's why we're doing it this way. So now if I refresh, you should see it will load in that matic amount. So there you go, it loaded it in. So I'm doing that to show you as well that it's actually getting that value. So this is all dependent on the contract value. So in this case, the ticket price is there, okay? Awesome stuff. Now, same thing for ticket commission, we could do that. I actually haven't done it for my ticket commission on this one. I've actually done it as a hard value, but that's fine. Service fees, let's do it for that as well. So service fees. So this is the ticket commission number. So what I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to paste that in, but ticket price, we're going to change it to ticket commission. So ticket commission, and we're going to get this value. Okay. So ticket commission, let's go ahead and do that right now. And that one is actually going to be for let's go ahead and get that function. Do get operator total commission. Where is it gone? Ticket commission. Boom. This one here. Okay. So we're gonna. Oh, sorry, not that. That's the function. We're gonna do the reading. Ticket commission. There you go. And we're gonna go up to the top. And we're gonna pop that in. And yes, you can refactor even this to make it even neater. And you see, we're getting rid of the is loading, and we're just taking the ticket commission. Ticket commission. And just like that, we have ticket commission as well. 0.001. There we go. Total cost of tickets. Right. So total cost of tickets, we're going to work out afterwards. That's going to be a different value afterwards. Let's actually go ahead and do price per ticket. I think I did. Price per ticket we did. So total cost of tickets now we can actually do because we have the quantity being summed up as well. So let's find the total cost of tickets. Where is it gone? Okay, so at this point we can do a little function here. So the ticket price we have, right? Ticket price we have here. So at this point, if we go down to total cost of tickets, we're going to basically do a little maths, and we're going to say quick maths. I'm going to basically pop this in, and we're saying if there's a ticket price, then we're going to go ahead and convert our formatted value. Okay, so we don't need to cast it here. Our formatted value, so you know that 0.01 ETH or whatever, times it by the quantity and then put it next to the currency. So now you can see it will say total cost of tickets 0.01. And as I increase the quantity, 10 will cost me 10 times the amount. And 7 will cost me 7 times the amount and so forth. That looks pretty damn good, guys. Nice. Okay, so looking good so far. Quick little water break. Very good, guys. We are smashing it today. I said to Jay, I was like, this won't be a very long build, but I'm telling you, I think it actually will be a full build. Okay, because we got a lot to do. And I'm moving fast. So at this point, we've got the expiration. So the expiration is actually in the form of a timestamp. And what we're actually going to do here is I'm actually going to go ahead and pass in. Is it live? Yes, it is. I'm actually going to go ahead and we need that expiration in this, and we're also going to use it in a countdown function. So I'm actually going to go ahead and get the expiration over here. No reason in particular why I've chucked it there. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to disable this button if a few different things are met. Okay, so the first thing is I'm going to disable it if the expiration to string, which is basically a Unix string value, so this is a timestamp, if this is less than date.now, date.now to string, no, not now, to string, or, so that basically means if the expiration's in the past, so it's already expired, in which case it will be right now. So in this case, if I did this, it will actually be expired, I believe. There you go, so it is expired. So that makes sense because we did it we did it longer than half an hour ago. And we're also going to do remaining tickets. So if the remaining tickets to number is less or equal to 0, sorry, then we're also going to basically destroy that. Okay, so there you go. So at this point, that is actually correct because there are tickets remaining, but the countdown is actually 0. And I'm going to show you that now. So we're actually going to implement the countdown timer. So this beautiful thing right here. So what we're actually going to go ahead and do now is I'm actually going to go ahead and get a countdown timer. So countdown timer is an awesome separate component that we're going to build. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new component called, inside the components folder. That'll be nice. Countdown timer.tsx. Nice. RFCE, bam. Now the countdown timer in here, say I am a countdown timer, that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and put this inside of our code. And the way I'm going to put this is where we have tickets remaining. So where is it? Tickets remaining. There we go. So where we have this bit of code, I'm going to go ahead and chuck it actually underneath this entire thing. So underneath that div, outside that div here, where we had this. So see, comments always come in handy. We're going to have a div here, and this div is actually going to have a class name margin top of 5, margin bottom of 3, and I'm actually going to render out the countdown timer just like so here. Okay, there you go. This is where the countdown timer is going to exist. Oh, whoa, no, don't do that. Almost started a collab session. All right, so at this point, we're doing pretty damn good, guys. So the countdown timer, we're going to go ahead and do the following. So this is going to be a smart components. We're actually going to use the contract. We're actually going to pass in the expiration date as well. So at this point, what I'm going to do is pull in a few things over here. So I don't need the contract call. I just need these two. Use contract data. Yes, you can pass them in as props. I'm going to be doing it this way though. But yeah, you could do that. So did you implement a fee to buy a tick? If not, is it possible to have a fee paying function? Yes, I did implement a service fee. So the organizer, by the way, if you deploy the smart contract, you are by default the admin. So I hope that makes sense. And yes, whenever a winner is drawn, the admin gets a fee from the tickets, right? So you're basically making money off this if you're an admin and you run the lottery. So it's kind of win-win for the winner and for the admin. Good question, dude. So nice. And then we're going to have the expiration, which we did a second ago as well. Bam. Okay. So this is the same thing that we did previously. Now, inside of here, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to use something called React Countdown, a external library. That's a pretty cool library. I'm going to show you exactly how to use it. So let's go ahead and install it. I'm going to show you on Google, React Countdown npm. And the way you want to do this is you want to go ahead, pull up Command J, and we're going to install this as so, yarn act react countdown. Yarn add react countdown. So it's going in, Command J, hide that while it does it. I'm sure that should go without a doubt. Yeah, there you go. And then we're going to import it into our code. Bam. Like this. Okay. Now we're going to get our countdown timer. And our countdown timer, all it essentially does is it needs to basically have a date. Right, so the date in this case is going to be sometime, right? So in this case, it's actually going to be a new date that is constructed from, okay, the expiration times 100. And this is because I think it's in milliseconds and we're trying to bring it to seconds, something like that. I forgot what it was. And we need to give it a renderer, right? Now the renderer is basically a component that we're going to create. And this is how it shows on the screen. Now the way we do this is we basically go ahead and say const renderer. And this gives us render props in this renderer, okay? So this actually gives us back hours, days, no, sorry, it's not days, it's hours, minutes, seconds, and the final one is completed. So this one is completed, okay? And then we basically have a few things that we can basically show on the screen. So I can basically, this is rendered if it's completed, otherwise it will show the actual timer. So you can go ahead and customize it as you want, right? So at this point it's complaining because it doesn't have the prop types, okay? So it's saying it's implicitly an any type. So what we can do here, guys, is we can go ahead and actually add in some prop types at the top. So I've got hours and they're all numbers except from completed. Go ahead, assign this to prop types like so. And now underneath I can say if completed. So if we're in a completed state, so if the time already passed, what I want to do is I'm going to say a div with a h2 inside, and this one is going to say ticket sales have now closed. now closed for this draw. Okay, so at this point, if I show you and we save, renderer is actually freaking out right now because we haven't assigned it the correct value, which it makes sense because we've not returned, return this. There we go. Okay, return. And now you can see ticket sales have now closed for this draw. Right. So Sonny, you make complex things simple and easy to learn. You are a mentor. Thank you so much. I actually really appreciate that comment. Really nice. And Agil, it is live. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, so ticket sales are now done, and otherwise, so if else, we show basically a timer. Right now, I'm gonna try and keep this one kind of brief because I don't want to kind of spend too long on what I'm doing here. But basically what we're doing is I'm gonna add in a H3. And the H3 will say time remaining. Okay, and this one is going to go ahead and have the following. It's going to say text should be white, it should be text should be small, it should say margin bottom of 2 and italic. Boom. Okay, so this looks already oh, you can't see it right now because of this. If false, I'm just going to force this right now so you can see what I'm doing. If true. Okay, there we go. Time remaining. Actually, you know what? Okay, that's why return. Okay, nice. And get rid of this. Bam. Okay, cool. I'm gonna force it into that state until we're ready. Okay, so time remaining. That way I can dev it. So boom, div. We can put down there. Now here, what I want to do is I want to have a div with a div inside of it. Right. So we're gonna have div. I'm gonna have 2 divs inside of it. Right. Now the first one is gonna have hours. And the second one is going to have, hours. Okay. Now I'm going to repeat and rinse this cycle. So hours. And this is going to say minutes. So minutes. Jode Martin, Sonny, whenever I watch you code, I always learn something new. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. Thank you so much for tuning in, dude. Seconds is the next one. Bam. Good. Awesome stuff. Now you can see we've got the timings over here. Okay. So this is great right now. What I want to do is also have each one be a flex 1, so it's going to evenly distribute itself. The surrounding parent container is going to be a flex box, space them out with a value of 6. Now they're inside of their appropriate rows. Now for each one, I'm going to go ahead and make our lives a bit easier. I'm going to say that these are going to have the countdown timer, which is going to be our own custom class. And these ones right here. So remember, option click. Class name is going to be countdown label. Bam. Now we go into our globals and we're going to start up some 2 customs. So we're going to have the countdown and we're going to have the countdown label. Bam. Okay. So how do we make this look the way we want? So for the countdown, let's go ahead and start styling it up. So, oh, this is a good jam. All right. So this one will say padding of 8. I'm going to keep hitting save as I do it so you guys can see. Text 5 extra large. Nice. Text should be centered. Text should be white. Okay, rounded should be large. And then I want to go ahead and say only on the large screen it's going to have a min width. This is what I think it was. On the large screen should have min width, and on the background color should have a background color like so. So where have I gone? There you go. There we go. Boom. So here you see on the larger screen it will have a minimum width. Oh, there you go. That's why. Yes. Okay, total cost tickets. I mean, that one still doesn't explain, but yeah, there you go. All right, so there you go. So that's looking already nice. Okay, and then for hours, we're going to do to the countdown labels. We're going to say apply. And this one, I'm basically just going to chuck this in so you guys can see it. Speed up the process. Text Y, uppercase. There you go. Look at that. Y used min width. Minimum width because I wanted it to be on a large screen, a minimum width. So you see how like on the smaller screen it gets a bit smaller, so it's easier to see. And then on the larger screen it got to a point where it minimum width of these buttons should be a bit bigger. Right? That's what I wanted. So that's fine for when we do this. But when we are on the completed state, which we are on right now, what should I do? So ticket sales are now closed for this draw. Now you can actually do whatever the hell you want here, right? So you can actually have it as just that and not show a timer. I'm going to just give you a quick kind of little showcase of what I did. I had the exact same thing, so you could, you know, refactor it, do it as you want. But I basically went ahead and added in a few funky things of my own. I said to be text extra large, text should be center. I didn't put too much time into this, really, to be fair. Animate, bounce. Oh, ticket sales is now closed for this draw. Bam. Okay. And if you really want, you can go ahead and add in something extra like this, right? So I'm basically copying and pasting in the old one that we had, this exact same code, except here, guys, I've actually just gone ahead and put a countdown or animate post. Okay. I'm not quite sure why that's freaking out. Okay, there you go. And now it's just posting. So it's saying ticket sales are now closed and you've run out of time, basically. Okay. Right. Awesome. It's still bugging me. It's still bugging me. Oh God. I'll find it. I'll find it. It's fine. I will find it. Okay. Remember, the code for the Papagab repo is available, so you can go ahead and do that as well. Oh, okay. So, doing well. I'm going to have a quick water break as well. Doing very well for time, guys. Almost at 500 likes. Destroy that like button. Isajat goes with the $1 donation. Thank you so much, dude. Okay. So at this point, we are done with that. So now what I'm going to do is implement the... I'm going to restart the draw to show you that it actually works. Okay. So I'm going to go over to the actual contract and I'm going to restart the draw. Well, we've actually got people in play right now. So if I go to get tickets, if you're in play, you can't restart the draw. You can only restart the draw or refund everyone once it's done. So in this case, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to draw a winner ticket. Okay. So what this will do is this will go ahead, draw a winner ticket, reset all the tickets, and then it will restart the timer as well. Feel free to dive into the Solidity contract if you want to know more about the details. But right now you can see that that's actually executing our function. If you really wanted to check out, you can go ahead and, oh, I've done the wrong bloody thing. I need to actually log into this one. Then I need to execute it. That's not going to work. That didn't do it. That didn't do it. So to get tickets. Oh, we did do it. Okay, fair enough. It's because I switched it. All right. So at this point, if I go back here now, and there you go, tickets remaining, and we can buy tickets now as well. Okay. So you can see this. Look at this. So we've got automatic, blah, blah, blah. So let's do the buy function for the ticket, right? So let's go ahead and get this working the way that we want it to. It's bugging me so much what that thing is. I mean, we'll find it. We'll find it. Anyone watching the replay is probably like, what the hell, man? It's just that. And then I'll figure it out. So frustrating. It is what it is. Okay, so at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the buy ticket functionality. So let's find the price per ticket box. What the hell? Get rid of that. Don't need that. Oh, maybe. Oh, it's not. Okay. Let's give up. Here I'm going to say on click. And what I want to do here is have a click handler, right? So when you click a buy ticket, you should be able to do something. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and say that we're going to handle click. And we're going to have a function at the top. So I'm going to say handle click. Okay, what happened there? Handle click. So let's create a function at the top to help us out. We're going to say const handle click. Whoa! Quan drops in the MYR currency of 15. I don't know what that is currency, but I appreciate you, dude. Thank you so much. He goes, thank you for providing this awesome content. I'm sending love from Malaysian. Okay, Malaysian rupees. I think it's rupees. But thank you so much, dude. I appreciate you. Hello from France. Super. What's up, man? So we're going to do handle click as an asynchronous function. And I'm going to go ahead and do the following. Okay, so in this one, firstly, I'm going to say, if the ticket price hasn't loaded, you're not allowed to buy, right? So I'm just going to do some defensive programming right now. So ticket price, return. Just don't let them pass, okay? Then what we're going to do is I'm going to implement some toaster notifications. So notice how, remember when I did a buy on these ones, it was actually going ahead, and even if I did a restart, toaster notifications were present. So at this point, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reject that. 1 second. Let's reject that one. Reject, okay? So let's go over here and we're going to add in something called React Hot Toast, right? So React Hot Toast notifications. There we go. The best React notifications in town. We're going to go ahead and add it into our app with Yarn. So Command J, pop it into our app with Yarn add React Hot Toast. Command J to hide it again. And the way you get this working, guys, is you firstly need to add it in at the highest level. Okay. So what you want to do is you need to go ahead and add in the toaster component at the highest level. So in this case, or any level you want to show it, I like to just throw it in here. Bam, like that. Okay. Now at this point, it cannot find the module React Hot Toast. I did install it into, oh, what have I done? No, I have done it, yeah. React Hot Toast. Oh, did I cancel it? Oh, I think I canceled it. Okay, interesting. There you go. And now that will go away. Nice. Now what I can do is I can actually pull this up whenever I need it. So I can start using these hot toast notifications in a really cool way. So the way we do it is we simply import the hot toast notification at the top, bam. And then what we do is inside of our buy function, I'm going to go ahead and do the following. Okay, so I want to have a loading notification in the beginning. I'm going to say, okay, you're buying your tickets, right? So it's going to, so as soon as you click it, it's going to say buying tickets. Then I'm going to have a try catch block. Okay, so we're going to have a try catch block, and if there's an error, we're going to throw that error, and we're going to go ahead and throw a toast notification, and we're also going to console log the error. So as you can see, we're going to use the same toaster, right? So the way I do it is it will pop up saying buying your tickets. We give it an ID of notification. That way I can close it with whoops, something went wrong, or I can show a successful one over here when we do it. Now I'm going to actually execute the buy ticket function at the top as well. Okay, so what we're going to do here, guys, is we're going to use something with a new hook called the use contract call. Now this is a write function. So if we go over here, now what I'm actually doing is I'm doing the buy ticket functionality. Okay, so you can buy tickets and you can pass an argument. Now remember how buy tickets requires us to add in a certain unit, right? So if we want to buy like 3 tickets, then we technically have to give 3 times the ticket price, and we can buy 3 tickets. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to go over here. And remember, we done quantity and stuff already, so it should be fairly straightforward. So now what we can do is we can say const data equals await buy tickets. Okay, and here I'm going to pass in an object. Now what you can do here, guys, is exactly basically with that, really. So you pass in a value. We are going to format, so we're going to say ethers.utils dot pass ether. So pass ether, not format ether. And then inside of here, guys, I'm going to pass in the following. So just to make it very clear, I'm going to pass in a number. I'm going to say ethers dot utils dot format ether, because we have to format it in Ethereum. So we're going to, remember, I'm talking about Matic as well. It doesn't matter, right? So it's the same thing. Times quantity, and we're going to do toString, exactly that. Okay, so this is what we're trying to do right now. And then I'm going to have a closing bracket. No, where was it? Value, it's not signable. Okay, so I messed up somewhere. Pass ether, where's my closing bracket? There you go. That's why. No, where the hell? Okay, so ether numbers dot quantity times quantity, format ether, ticket price, quantity, toString. Okay, interesting. Okay, let me see where I've messed this one up. Ticket price, format ether. Let's do a little debugging. So I'm just going to go ahead and chuck this in. Okay, so interesting. So it's actually not incorrect. I don't know why this is freaking out. Buy tickets right now is freaking out. So let's see what's going on here. So where I have my buy ticket, right, so where we have our buy ticket functionality, use contract call buy tickets. Okay, so interesting. I mean, that's actually correct. I don't know why it's complaining. Okay, don't worry about that for now. It does work. Okay, so we can try this out. And then what we're gonna do is, it's freaking out. Not signable total fine. Ticket price, if no ticket price times quantity. Is it because quantity is maybe optional? No. Quantity is given a value. Okay. Anyway, we'll get past this. It's fine. So at this point, we're going to say if you made it past that, I'm going to go ahead and do toast success. All right. So toast success and contract call success. Okay. So let's try this out. Let's try and buy a ticket. Refresh. Loading the pop-down drawer. And you can see there you go. There's some loading going on. And let's go ahead and do 4 tickets, buy tickets. Buying your tickets popped up. Did it ask me for the prompt? Yes, buy tickets. And how much is it for? 0.45 buy tickets. Now, this is interesting. So how many tickets am I buying here? Was it 5? So if I do cancel, you'll see how it says, whoops, something went wrong. Okay. So 0.5 buy tickets, 0.5. There we go. Okay. So let's confirm the buy. And now let's see, because we're using their hooks, what should happen is this buy order should go through. We should see the tickets deduct by 5, so 95, and then we will have tickets to hold. Wait for it, guys. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. Wait for it. Oh, God. Can we do it? Is it coming? Okay. Is it going to load? Change? No? No? Interesting. Okay. Let's see what the hell happened. Let's refresh. Localhost 3000. So at that point, I should have actually inspected. So we got an error. There we go. Not a number for children attribute. Okay, cannot. Okay, that's fine. So let's do 2. I just need to inspect and see what the hell's going on. Okay, so here we go. We're not actually doing the correct call here. This is the issue. So that's not actually the correct call, and I know that because I've seen it so many times. So if I was to go ahead and restart this draw on the production one that's working, so we've got lots of debugging here, so this is good. All right, so I'm going to restart this previous draw, the actual working one, and we're going to go ahead and see if this one's up and running. Cool, cool, cool. Right, so you see a lot more technical than we first thought. Okay, so let's keep going. So restarting this draw. While that's doing that, I can actually have a look at the code, see what's going on. Right, so I'm going to give it a double check. So await buy tickets, mutate async buy tickets is over here. Almost at 500 likes, by the way, guys. Keep smashing that like button. Debugging time. And when it's debugging time, we need some more peaceful music to focus. Right? Ticket price. Okay, so interesting. Ticket price. Okay, so there you go. So what we should be seeing when we do a buy call is we should see something along the lines of, let's go ahead and buy like 3 tickets. Okay, so it should pop up. That's fine. Then it'll say buy tickets with a value of 3. So that's what we want to be seeing. Okay, and in our situation, we're not seeing that. We're seeing a pretty nasty kind of like buy tickets, but with no data value being passed in. So that's why it's freaking out. So at this point, I think I know where the error is. I believe our error lies here where we've got our buy tickets. So this is not what we wanted. Use contract call. I'm going to double check something here as well. Buy tickets, use contract call, and you've already seen the contract address now, so it doesn't really matter. Environment local is B11, that's fine. Okay, and value here seems to be incorrect. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab my try catch block. I'm just going to replace it. I think I maybe made a small mistake. Wow, I've not literally made any mistake there. Okay, interesting. So buy tickets is the same here as it was there. Interesting. Okay, so we've got some weird situation right now. Oh, okay. So maybe I've screwed up with my quantity or my ticket price. If no ticket price, return. So yes, you would think, but it actually does work this way, guys. Madison says you have to convert it to a big number. Ether's a big number. So it does work. That's the thing, right? So let's go ahead and get rid of this to, I don't think you could do it to big number. That doesn't work. No, you can't do that. Two numbers. No, this is not the one that I wanted. Okay, so super strange. Frustrating because we're live as well. Let's go ahead and change. I just want to check something as well. 0.01 Ether. Value. Okay. Okay, brain's getting a little bit fried, so let's keep focused. Let's do number of used tickets. Let me see what's going on. Okay, so I know this will come. I know it's super frustrating, but we'll get this. All right, so constant handle click. Oops, what have I done there? Let me just make sure nothing pops up. Okay, so okay. Ethers from ethers. Whoa, what the hell is this issue? Right, I'm gonna try something. Buy tickets, argument. Buy tickets is loading. Buy tickets. Buy tickets is next public lottery address. Okay. And then I want to try a simple a version of it. Let's try the simple. So this is expecting variables array, and then it was actually, I think it was inside of was it? I'm sure it was maybe array of arguments as an object. Okay. You got to do sending positive vibes. Thank you, dude. Buy tickets with a value inside of it. Yes, that's what I expected. So buy tickets with a value inside of it. It's not that though. It's that. It's can't be that. I don't think it's that because I don't accept an array of arguments, which is strange. It's gonna say you was not expecting more. Welcome to the Papa Man special tier, by the way. What's up? Buy tickets. Let's see. Okay, we got a pop up. I think that might have actually done it. Where the heck is my pop-up? Okay. Okay, we made it. Oh, bloody hell. Okay, well, I'm struggling to understand what the hell. Why am I accepting an array of buy tickets here? Strange. I think there was an update since I did it, because that's new. That wasn't there in my last build. That's so strange because they have been deploying, so maybe there's an update to that. Okay, anyway, we done it. Hey, let's go. Okay, so I'll just explain what happened. All right, so in this case, okay, if we look at this here, you can see it's expecting an unknown array, right? It's in a data type of array. So it needs to be an array. I needed to pass in a value property. And in this case, you can see we're passing our ether, we're doing this. So now if I was to go ahead and actually correctly say let's add in like 0.05 buy tickets, you'll now see there should be 0.05. Okay, what the hell happened there? Oops. 0.05. 1 second, guys. Oh, god damn it. 1 minute. Okay, so 0.05 buy tickets. Is it passing in 0? Yes, there we go. Thank God. Thank God. All right, confirm. Now we should see 5 tickets bought. Tickets remaining will get updated because it's all connected to the same hook. The total pool will increase to 0.05, and that is it. Let me see if we get that. We should smash 500 likes. Come on, please, for the love of God, because that way I can breathe. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Is it? Where's the success? Come on, give me the success. Give me the successful toast. Oh wait, I think I got rid of the successful toast notification. Oops, that's why it's loading. Oh yeah, I did. My bad. There we go. I got rid of it. Contract call success. There we go. Damn. Okay. So it would have shown it. Okay. Nice. It worked. It worked. Whew. My God. Madison said I was hanging around with the same issue for about 2 days. Mr. Frank, let's go. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Let's go ahead and buy 3 more tickets just to prove that this is working, because that is bloody. Oh man. Oh my God. There you go, guys. You've seen some real debugging. There's some real stress right there. Okay. So we should see. I'm going to blow some music up if we see it. Look, buying your tickets. Water break. It's going on the blockchain. Everything's happening right now. Yay! There we go. Let's go, guys. That is sick. Okay. Nice. So trust me, we're actually moving at a very good pace now, because now all we need to do is basically have it so in this one, let me go ahead and buy 3 tickets and I'll show you what we're gonna build next, guys. So what you're gonna now see is, I know exactly what was bothering me before as well, and it's gonna fix. Yes, I know exactly what it is. Okay, so you should see 3 tickets under here. So now what we're gonna do is basically do the UI, which will show how many tickets you're holding to for this round. Okay. So let's go ahead and do that. There we go. So you have 3 tickets in this drawer. So this lovely little beautiful UI box goes underneath the buy ticket box. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and implement that right now. So this is good, guys. Let's go back up on this vibe. Let me go ahead and get some upbeat music up in this place. I think I might have the old. Let me go down a level. Okay, this is good. Let's get the energy out. All right. So. Yeah, so see, you can't quit. You cannot quit in coding. All right. You need the tenacity to go. All right. So we got the handle click to buy. Okay. And now what I also want to do is I want to increase this button text to be a bit more meaningful. So I actually want to have it say something a bit more interesting than just what it says. And I want to make it font semi-bold as well. Semi-bold. There you go. Nice. And instead of this some boring text here, I'm going to say something like buy quantity tickets. So quantity tickets for, yeah, space. Oh, screw that. I'll just do this. For ticket price, and only if there's a ticket price, then I'm going to go ahead and do number, ethers, format the ticket price, yes. And I'm going to times that by quantity. No. There we go. Okay, 1 second. I've gone a bit haywire here. Ticket price is out. What the hell is this? Ticket price, yep. And then currency. There we go. There we go. Nice. So you see that? Buy 1 ticket for 011. There we go. Buy 10 tickets. Sick. All right. This is looking good, guys. Okay, now underneath that button, underneath this div, I'm going to have user ticket. So if the user, okay, so we need to get the number of user tickets, right? So firstly, there is a function for that, and I'm just going to grab it. So for this one, what I'm actually going to do here is we're going to do a bit of logic, right? So I'm going to have a piece of state, which is going to be a number. We're going to say user tickets initially is at a value of 0. Okay. Mr. Frank says, Sonny, does the contract choose a winner and reset every XX minutes automatically? So Frank, no, it doesn't reset automatically. It actually resets. Yeah, the music is a bit loud. The music actually resets every time the admin draws a winner. So after 30 minutes, I've kind of given you this power as an admin to then draw a winner. So it kind of builds the suspense, I guess. But what would be ideal, and it's definitely an extension you could do, is every 30 minutes after the expiration, it automatically draws the winner. But all the functionality is there to do that. You just have to make it automatically trigger every 30 minutes. But yes, that's how you basically would do it. So user tickets there. Now I'm going to go ahead and actually have a use effect. And you're probably wondering, whoa, what the hell why does it need a use effect? All right, well, I'll show you why. And firstly, before I do that, I need to get all the tickets. Now I am doing something on the front end here. Some of you might frown on it. Basically what I'm doing is I'm getting all the tickets that have been bought. Yes, you could do this all on the back end. I understand. We're doing it as a demo. It's fine, right? We're going to basically say, we've got an array of tickets that have been purchased, and then I'm going to do a reduce function to calculate how many of them are mine. Right? Yes, you can definitely do that on the back end, but I just wanted to do it. We've got quite a lot to go through today. So I'm going to have a use effect here, and it's also going to demonstrate use effects. So it's pretty cool. Use effect dependency array is empty in the beginning. We're actually going to be dependent on the tickets and the user's address here because we're going to use those two values. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to say, if there are no tickets, we're going to do a bit of defensive programming. If there are no tickets, simply return. Okay. Otherwise, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a const total tickets, and this is going to be a string array equals tickets. I'm making a copy of the array, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to say const number of user tickets equals total tickets dot reduce. Now you can do a filter it out, do length, that kind of thing. But in this case, I'm going to do, thank you, someone said my background looks sick. Lucas, yes, it is available publicly, the playlist. It's in the description. Jay can also drop it. But it's actually the Puppet Fan playlist. Sign up to the newsletter in the description. You'll get it sent out to you immediately. So we're going to do a reduce function. Reduce functions are awesome. We cover this in the course as well. So if you are interested, join us at Zero to Full Stack Hero. So every single ticket that I kind of go through, so it's going to be ticket address because it's going to be an array of addresses that we're going to be looping through. I'm going to return for every loop. So we're going to start the reduce function at 0. We're going to say if the ticket address is equal to the user address, then I'm going to add a total. I'm going to increment the total basically, otherwise give the existing total. So what this will now do, guys, is it will show me, it will basically like run up a number based on how many of those addresses are mine. Okay. So if I was to go into the, here, so there's 8 tickets that have been bought. If I go click get tickets, you'll see that there is an array of 8. Right, so it will go through and it will basically filter out or reduce this down to a list of a number, right? So based on how many of those are mine, and then what I'm going to do is set the user tickets to the number of user tickets. So kind of a cool way of showing you how to use the use effect. Yes, it's not the most optimal. I understand that you could do it on the back end or Solidity, you can do it all there, but it's fine for this demonstration, right? I'm just trying to show you loads of programming principles in a demo, right? So TCG says really interesting. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate you. All right. So at this point, we've got a number of user tickets. So what I can now do is do a little quick test, right? What I would say here is do a quick console log and just get out the user tickets, right? And see what's going on here. So we can see 8 tickets are mine. That's perfect, right? That's working exactly as we wanted it. So now I've got my 8 tickets. It knows that those 8 are mine. And then what we can do is we can render out the logic, right? So I'm going to show you a nice little handy rendering trick here. And this is actually going to go underneath the buy button. So where we had the button here underneath that div, here we're going to say if the user tickets are greater than 0 and oh, JBA Mega Montana US $2. Thank you. He says really nice design, Sonny. I appreciate you because I spent a long time on that. So thank you so much, dude, for acknowledging it. So here we're going to have a div. The class name is going to be the custom stats that we defined earlier. So as you can see, the box is starting to appear. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have a p tag saying you have user tickets. You have user tickets in this drawer. Hit save. You have 8 tickets in this drawer. Nice. And then what I want to do, guys, is underneath, I'm going to have a div. And in this div, I'm going to do a nice little trick. I'm going to say array user ticket. So remember, user tickets is a number, right? So from that number, what I actually want to do is I'm going to do a little trick here to basically, imagine if we got a number 8 in this situation, I can now do something called fill, right? And I'm going to fill it with empty strings, each individual one. Then I'm going to map through, and I really don't care about the actual thing. So what I can do here is I can say underscore to skip over the original thing. So I don't care about that. And I'm going to return the actual thing here. So I'm going to say it's going to be a p tag, and it's going to be index +1. And this will return back, you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And remember, each different, when you're mapping through, it should always show your key. So in this case, we should have the index. I'm just going to use that as this value. There is another way of doing it as well. Teaser, I don't really get the point. You know, Ethereum is lottery and Ponzi scheme, but you ask Ethereum, don't you? A little bit risky. No, not really, dude. There's actually nothing wrong with that. There's no Ponzi crap here. This is free. So, yeah. Okay. How did you learn design? Practice. Honestly, practice and getting exposure to websites I'd recommend for design, Dribble and Behance. Basically, look at a project and just try and clone it out yourself, and then you'll get used to sort of practicing. But yeah, there is a disclaimer for any of the kind of, anything related to finance or anything. We don't want to, we're not liable. So yeah, chill, dude. It's cool. P tag, someone's always got to take it too far, innit? Here we'll say class name equals, I'm gonna say text emerald 300, height of 20, width of 12. And now we're gonna start getting somewhere. And then I'm gonna say background should be emerald 500. But this is a cool little trick. If you don't want that opacity, you see I can do 30% opacity. It's a shorthand. Very nice, right? We're gonna round the corners out, rounded large, flex it, flex shrink so they don't shrink, flex shrink 0. Items should be in the center, justify in the center as well. And I'm gonna say text should be extra small and it should be italic. Boom. Okay. Higher 20. There we go. Nice. Cool. So at this point, I'm gonna go into the div that's surrounding it. This is gonna be a flex div. Max width is gonna be SM. Flex is gonna be wrap. There we go. And gap X of 2 and gap Y of 2. There you go. Bam. Oops. Oh, okay. My bad. Gap. Okay. So in this case, there you go. That's the problem I had earlier, dude. Damn it. Okay. So at this point, if I change user, I just want to see something. Okay. So it's there. Okay. That's why I see. I was wondering why that was bothering me earlier. All right. So there we go. So it's there. But obviously, that's fine. It's fine for now. Okay. Course. So look at this. So now for the, I'm going to add a slight margin bottom of 2 towards that p tag. So I'm going to say text should be large and margin bottom of 2. Kind of push it away, right? So you have 8, blah, blah, blah. That's cool. Capital. There you go. Turns out your response part. So look at that, guys. Absolutely incredible, right? Really, really clean design. Like look at that, man. That is just so clean, right? While we're here on the subject of the footer, I'm actually just going to copy the footer in. It's literally a disclaimer for like styling purposes as well. I mean, it looks clean. But underneath it all, I'm basically going to go right down to the final div and just pop in a footer. So you can feel free to add the footer if you want. This is purely for us to tell you guys that we're not liable for any of the finance stuff. We're not basically pushing it. It's purely educational. It's a tutorial just to show you some tech stuff. That's it. All right. So that's the disclaimer bit. Cool. So yeah, this is nice at this point. So this is looking good. So we can buy tickets now. Tickets now closed for this draw. So the draw's finished, right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to do a winner part, right? So if you've won, then we should go ahead and show something, right? So how do we do that, right? So I'm going to show you now. Still live. This guy is a monster. Thank you, Alex. So now what we're going to do is I'm actually going to show you guys. I've actually created something pretty handy. Sunny, did you do the design or somebody designed the part? I used inspiration from something on Behance and then I actually designed it myself. So thank you if you like the design. It took me a while to kind of get through it, but yeah. So what I'm actually going to do is use a pre-built function that we've done I've already created for you in the Solidity smart contract. And what it does, guys, is it's going to tell us if you have winnings for a specific user. Okay, so in this case, if I withdraw a winner here, so in this case, I'm going to go ahead and withdraw a winner. So draw a winner ticket. So this is going to draw a winner. It's going to reset the lottery. So imagine at this point, it's only me in there. So I'm going to win the lottery. Obviously, it doesn't make sense to keep doing that because if it's only you in the lottery, you're just paying gas fees for no reason. Whereas if it's like loads of people are paid in and then you win, nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. Since I started watching tutorials, I finished my projects. Thank you, Joseph. That's awesome, man. Okay, so at this point, bam, we get this. Nice, right? So we've gone ahead and reset it, but now there's a winner, right? So what I can do is I can use this function called get winnings for address. And what this does is I pass in the address as a third argument, right? And this is because this function, the smart contract, I'll just show you a rough example. This is Solidity we're talking about. It takes an address as a parameter and it returns us the winnings with basically it's accessing a map, right? So you're passing the key of the user's address. It's going to pass us the winnings back as a number, right? So a uint, right? So that's basically a number. So at this point, what we're actually doing here is this winnings number will have a number in it if somebody's won something. So at this point now, what I can actually do is I can say if the winnings are greater than 0, we should have some presentational logic. Okay, so where we have next draw, so let's have a look down here where we had the next draw. So where has it gone? I'm in the wrong file. Okay, that might help. Let's go down to next draw. So here we go. Here I'm going to say, will I make more Web3? Yes, I will. Thank you for asking that question. Let's go ahead and do this. I didn't use Figma or anything for this design, by the way. I just done this like kind of freehand. But yes, Figma is awesome for that. How many times does it take you to learn your first language? It depends. Honestly, it depends on the effort you involved. But if I had something like 0 to Full Stack Hero, links in the description, I would have learned it a hell of a lot faster because I have mentor community. So I would 100% recommend if you're on the fence, join us at the Papa Fam. Our members crush it. And if there's any members in the chat right now, you can tell them yourself. Our members are sick, right? We are actually flying. And I love these guys so much, right? Okay. So at this point, we're doing pretty damn well, right? Jay, we're doing good. So at this point, I've got the winnings. Oh yeah, so if we've got one, I basically want to have a div. And inside that div, I'm going to have a bunch of things. I'm going to have essentially like 2 p tags, a break. I'm being lazy here. Yes, we have a break. I know. And then I'm going to say click here to withdraw, click here to withdraw. On this p tag, I'm going to say winner, winner, chicken dinner. If you won, winner, winner, chicken dinner. Hey, right? And it's going to say total winnings, right? And then we're going to go ahead and show out your winnings, right? So I'm actually going to go ahead and show you the snippet that I've done here already. It's similar to what we did last time. We're just formatting it as so. Hey, this person won. Right, hey, there we go, guys. Look, we got some Papa Fan members in the house. Brian, what's up, man? You got Science Build insane. Let's go. Thank you so much, dude. My first big go at Solidity programming. Actually, no, it's not. We've done it loads in the course. But yeah, my first project on YouTube, I guess. Alex, I'm a Diamond member, and I can confirm I got a lot for the amount of money, and it never stops. Videos keep getting uploaded, but you pay only once. Thank you so much, dude, for shouting it out. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, Diamond members crushing, right? So this is looking pretty damn good. So if we click this, I want to have a withdraw. Okay, so we've actually got that. So firstly, let's just design this to make it look a little bit better, right? So we're going to go ahead and design the winnings. First, I'm going to say max width is going to be medium. But on a medium screen, I want to increase the max width to a 2XL. On a large screen, max width is going to go even further to a 4XL. Then the margin X auto is going to kick in. So margin X auto, and then I'm going to say margin top of 5. Bam. Okay. So there you go. It may not look like much, but it did change. I promise you. The button here is going to have a padding of 5. Let's do a background gradient. And I'm going to do 2 bottom. Okay. And then we're going to say from an orange 500 to a emerald 600. Let's go ahead and I'm going to animate it as well. Animate post. Text should be in the center. Rounded XL width, it should be 4. There we go. Okay, bam, look at that. Awesome stuff. For the p tag, I want to do font bold. Oh my god, font bold. For the p tag here, I'm gonna say that one's fine, and this one should be font semi bold. For class name, font semi bold. ACOS, a very good question. He goes, saying, do you have a cleaner way to use Tailwind? Inline classrooms are ugly and can be unreadable. Example to use it in a larger company. Okay, quick little answer to this one because I get it all the time. Few things you could do. Firstly, create your own custom utility classes so that way you shorten the amount that you see everywhere. That's the first thing. And secondly, if you have repeating components where there's several inline elements, kind of like, or several inline kind of things being repeated, componentize it the way that we should be doing in React. Those two things alone are going to reduce the amount of code. Otherwise, you should just get used to that inline, because trust me when I say it, it's a lot better than going to an external file, trying to figure out the media queries, all that crap. When you see it straight in front of you, it makes a lot more sense. So I personally am pro this design, but those two tips hopefully will help you get a cleaner Tailwind CSS written up. Hope that helped, dude. Okay, so at this point, now we've got winner, winner, chicken dinner. Look at that. Looks good. Okay. Now, when we click this, I need to withdraw my winnings. Okay. So we have created this function already in the Solidity smart contract. So now what I'm going to do is create a on withdraw winnings function. So I'm going to say on click equals on withdraw winnings. Now I'm going to create this helper function at the top. I'm going to say const on withdraw winnings like so. And this is going to be an asynchronous function, and you may have guessed it, we're going to do some pretty cool stuff here with our notifications. So firstly, I'm going to have a notification which is going to say withdrawing your winnings. The second thing I'm going to do is actually have a pull in a smart contract helper function from our handy hook, and you can see you can refactor this because it's getting a little bit, you know, up there, but it's not too bad, right? It's fine. It's real code. It's this what happens sometimes, right? So at this point, what we now do is we can have a try catch block, which is going to go ahead and do the following. So we can have a try, we can have a catch, and we can have an error. And if the error gets thrown, what I want to do is basically dismiss the toast notification with a console.error. Now, the first thing I want to do is I want to actually go ahead and say withdraw your winnings, basically. Simple as that. And it definitely did get updated, I'm telling you, because it has changed from my other code. So it definitely did get updated, but we managed to get past it. Now, once that's done, guys, I'm actually going to go ahead and dismiss the previous notification like so. Okay, now it automatically does know that you're the person withdrawing it because you are the person submitting that request, guys. Okay, guys, we passed 500 likes. When did that happen? Incredible, amazing stuff. Thank you so much. This is awesome. Oh my God. Right, that got me my energy back up. Right, so this is sick. Right, we are a winner. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys just to prove it. I'm logged into my account 2.45. Right, somebody just donated, I think. No, is it? That's somebody donated to my testnet. 2.45. So I'm going to go ahead and click here to withdraw, and we should see now. Okay, nice. Withdraw winnings has been submitted. Okay, let's go ahead and confirm. Now we can see that we should see. Look at this. 2.45. If this goes up, we've withdrawn our winnings successfully, and it should be at approximately 0.11 after commission. That kind of stuff gets taken out. So 0.11, so we should see like 0.56. Oh, nice. There we go. 0.57. Boom. Withdrawing. Like withdrawal works. Guys, I don't know if you understand this or not yet, but the hype from me is real right now, purely because that's nuts, right? That's a whole payment transaction essentially happening from some small smart contract bit of code that has been easily deployed thanks to our friends over at Thirdweb. Like, that's nuts. That's actually nuts. Like, I can't, even when I was coding this up, I was like, what the hell? This is gonna open the doors to like a whole nother array of apps and possibilities, right? It's nuts. And that's a whole payment from one person to another done. And it's literally you're in control. It's really amazing. Like Akos says, we'll try it. It's hard to convince my team to start a new project with Tailwind. Honestly, I understand, but it's worth it, dude. Okay, so now at this point, let's go ahead and upgrade it to have a marquee for the last winner. So we're only going to show the last winner, right? If you're a winner, it's always going to show you. Alex says, insane how you get excited. Love this guy's energy, man. Thank you, dude. I appreciate you so much. Right. So, oh my God, we got admin controls as well. Right. So let's do two things, right? First things first, we're going to do the marquee. Second thing we're going to do is admin controls. Admin controls sounds long. It's actually not, but we're almost there, guys. So stick with me. Right. First things first, let's do the marquee. Okay. So marquee. We're going to actually use a nice little function from React Fast Marquee. These are all libraries that I hope you find useful. I'm going to show you this one, for example. It's an awesome library. Right, React Fast Marquee. There's actually a website for it. And it's actually the best marquee I probably have used. You see, you use it bare, like my inner roadman came out bears. Right, so in this case, we're going to go ahead and install it. Yarn add React Fast Marquee. Yes, I am a London boy, so it does come out at times. All right, we're going to say yarn add, oh, we've already got it here, yarn add React Fast Marquee. Boom. I just realized the other day that you don't get demonetized for swearing, so we're going to keep that in mind. Sometimes it just slips. Okay, so Zero Man, who helped me finish my LinkedIn clone? Join the Papa Fam, dude. We've got those members inside. Samuel says, cool stuff, saying thank you so much, dude. Appreciate you. Right. At this point, we don't actually need the data. You could get rid of that and just do a wait, but I'm going to leave it there so you go. Oh, you're not a friend of KSI, joking. Oh, dude, I love KSI, man. He's incredible. Hope you're not a friend of KSI. Yeah, KSI is amazing, dude. I watch his stuff all the time. Marquee. And my friend made a joke the other day and said, Sonny, you should get involved in the boxing scene. I was like, I do box. This could be a thing, you know. Who knows? I could be fighting all the rest of the developers on YouTube. Who knows? And then KSI, who knows? All right, so we got Marquee over here. Let's go ahead and do class name. I'm going to show you how to use this one, by the way. So Sunny vs KSI. He's looking good, man. He's looking good. So we're going to do a gradient false. I'll show you guys. I've actually skipped you a bunch of headaches so we can use this. Speed equals 100. The sidemen, all of them amazing. Alex says, we can do a sparring. I'm an amateur boxer. Let's fire this one. Let's do it, dude. When you come to Dubai, I'm ready. Let's go. I'm going to go ahead and style this up a little bit. There we go. And inside of here, I'm going to have a div. And this div is going to have a h4 inside of it. And it's going to say last winner. And I'm going to use a helper function in a second to get the last winner. And underneath that, I'm going to have a h4 saying previous winnings. Previous winnings. ... And I've actually created helper functions for all of this. So we will see it. Now, there you go. Look, hey, just like that, guys. It comes up. Amazing. All right, so I'm actually going to go ahead and where we had the div here, sorry, class name, I'm going to say flex space x of 2 mx10, bam. Okay, and then for the h4 here and here, I'm going to go ahead and say class name, text should be white, font should be bold. There we go. Okay, now let's get these values. So for the first one, we've got the last winner. Right, so last winner, I'm going to go ahead and get that value with this one right here, and last winner amount. So I'm actually going to pull both in to save some time. Here we've got last winner and last winner amount. So they're basically, like I said, I've created these and the code is given to you so you can go ahead and use it and so forth. Okay, so let's go ahead and pop that in right now. So last winner. Let's go ahead and pop that in. So that's vibing. That's so chill. Last winner, to string, bam. Okay, and also okay, that's interesting. Interesting. Okay, and previous winnings is going to be a format, right? So last winner amount, and then I'm going to basically just save us a bit of time here and pop it in like so. Right. Get rid of that one afterwards. We don't care. Right. Boom. Look at that. The last winner was 0.117, which was correct. That was the last winner. Amazing. Okay, now I was the one who created this or deployed this smart contract, which means my address is on it, right? Which means that now what we can do is we can actually check to see if I am an admin, right? So let's go ahead and use that right now. So lottery operator, we're going to use a helper function here for the lottery operator. So Marquee is done. We're now going to add in the admin controls, and then we are done, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So we got the isLottery function, and this will return a Boolean value if I am the lottery winner. Okay, so what I'm going to do is underneath the marquee, I'm going to go ahead and say if isLottery, oh my god, what the hell? I'm going to say if isLottery is the same as address, so sorry, it returns a string. Yeah, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that we should see a div with the admin controls component inside of it. Okay, so I'm going to make it super clean now. I'm going to say flex justify center. And I just want to say, guys, honestly, if you're still watching, I bloody appreciate you guys, because there are so many people still watching and it is nuts. Thank you. Right, admin controls, and let's go ahead and create a admin controls.tsx, bam, RFCE, boom, admin controls, hit save. Let's close that up. Let's go back over to our index.tsx. Let's pull this in, and as you can see, I am an admin, right? So just to prove that this is not talking crap, I can change my account to a non-admin, and you can see the admin disappeared. So now you guys can see I've got admin controls. Okay, so what I want to now do, guys, is I want to go ahead and actually change this and get the admin controls basically in play, right? So what we're trying to do now is get these controls in action. Okay, and then we are done. Oh my god, this is nuts. Right, let's log out and just see. Oh my goodness. Right, it's so cool. Right, so H2, I'm gonna do admin controls. That pre-workout slapped me so hard, you know. They're actually still in effect. Right, I'm gonna say total commission to be withdrawn. So, you know, if you've hosted it, you've done all the hard work of keeping it intact, you can actually get commission. Nice, right? So we'll have some total commission number here. So we're gonna work that one out. We'll have a div underneath, and this will have 4 different buttons in. So button times 4. Each button is going to say, so we've got draw winner, we've got withdraw commission, we've got restart the draw, and we've got refund all. Okay, cool. So that's cool. And then we've got 4 icons I'm going to go ahead and pull in. So to save us a bit of time, go ahead and chuck these in. And what I've done here, guys, is I've actually gone ahead and just imported these in like so. So I'm going to go ahead and just pull them in one at a time. So we've got on the draw winner, I've got a star icon above it. On the withdraw commission, I've got a $ icon because you're making some money. On the restart draw, I've got a arrow path, which is kind of like a restart emblem. Cool. And then on the arrow U-turn, I've got a, for the refund, arrow U-turn. There we go. Bam. Cool. For all of these, I'm going to go ahead and sort of style them out. So flex column on this. You can see that pops in on the mobile view. Space between them on the mobile view should be a value of 2. And what I'm going to do just before I carry on with that, I'm going to make the outside text white so that way you can see what's going on. So space x of 2. When you hit a bigger screen, we should go into a row because you don't want it to be like that. And we can also get rid of the space between the x, the y values when we hit the larger screen. When we hit the bigger screen, we're going to give space x of 2. Okay, so now you can see on a large phone it's that, and then on a thing it's that. Okay, nice, looks good, looks the same as this, very nice. Okay, and then for the actual stuff outside, we're going to say text should be center, padding x of 5, padding y of 3. Hit save as you do it. All right, rounded MD. Border emerald should be 300, and we're going to do 20% opacity, and I'm going to apply a border. Bam. Okay, now we've got that in play. The admin controls is going to be font bold. The p tag is going to be a margin bottom of 5 to push it away from the bottom. And then for each individual buttons, we are going to go ahead and give them a class name of admin button. So you know where I'm going with this. We're going to go to our globals. Globals, and we're going to add in a custom class called admin button. Okay, go to admin globals, sorry, And inside of here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and style it up. At apply, which for the nice little effect, we've got a custom background color. So for these buttons, we've got a nice background color. And as you can see, I'm going to go ahead and hit save as we do it. We've already got text white, so we don't actually need that. We can do P2 flex 1. So that way they all use up the max space that they can. Rounded MD for the corners. We're going to give it a custom border with a pixel value of 2. So let's go ahead and do that now. There you go. And then when we hover over it, guys, I want to have a different color here. So, nah, man, Chris Bangles, you're really, really awesome. Ah, dude, thank you, man. It makes my day when people say that. I love and appreciate all of you guys, honestly. Guys and girls, you know what I mean. So in this case, look, we got that looking pretty sick. All right, and let's go over here. Look, oh my goodness, looking clean, right? So at this point, the total commission to be drawn and the functionality needs to be done. So total commission to be drawn, probably the easiest thing. Let's get that out of the way. So let's get the operator total commission. So firstly, I'm going to get the contract. Bam. Get the contract. We actually use that contract and we use a bunch of others. So I'm going to pull those in here. And then what we're going to do is from that contract, I'm going to get the, where is it gone? Use contract total commission. So this is a helper function that we created earlier. Bam. This gives us the commission value. We can go ahead and literally plug that into where we had our total commission to be withdrawn here. So I'm going to do the same, basically the same approach that we did before. And I'm going to basically plug it there. So there you go. Ethers and currency I'm going to import from our constants. Ethers I need from our is dependency. Now you can see, bam, that's the total commission that we need to basically withdraw, right? So at this point I can add in there you go, space it out. Cool. Total commission to be withdrawn is 0.013 matic. All right, so looking good. Now I need to have it so when you click these, it does the appropriate actions. So first thing I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to import all of the helper functions that we're actually going to need, right? So what we're actually going to need here is we've got 4 helper functions, one for draw winner ticket, one for refund all, one for restart, one for withdraw commission. So I'm basically going to pull these in all at once. There you go. So these are basically the same contract calls we had earlier, except they're for each individual action that we have on the screen. Okay, they're not in the exact order, but you know what I'm saying. All right, so at this point we're gonna have and I'm actually gonna have separate functions here for each one. Okay, I'm gonna have a draw winner, on withdraw commission, on restart draw, and on refund all. Now yes, you could probably add in a kind of, you know, refactor this and have a helpful function. I just realized, but it's okay. It's pretty cool idea. Yes, you could do that. Well, it's fine. We're gonna do this way. All right. So I'm gonna create the first one. Let's do draw winner. Okay. Bro, you're from Dubai. I'm live in Dubai. I'm from London. Draw winner. So let's create a const draw winner. Okay. Let's go ahead and do this. Asynchronous function. And this one, I'm gonna go ahead and pluck it in here because we're gonna save time because we got to do it 4 times, right? So as you can see, we're going to import the toast. Toast notification, where is it? Let's go ahead and pull this in like so. And you can see all we're doing here is the same exact logic that we did earlier, except again, that is actually so different, right? So we're drawing a winner ticket, and then if it's success, we show that success message. If it's not, we do the same thing. Now I'm going to do the exact same for the commission. So I'm going to show you right now. So this is the exact same for the commission. And again, yes, you know what? They definitely updated their dependency before I came live, which is nuts, right? Me and Jay will know that we actually had a lot of that happen before we went live, which is crazy. But yeah, that's a live debug right there. On restart, withdraw, and on refund all. Okay, so this one as well. So now we've done that. We've got all of our helper functions nicely done, guys, right? So now what we can actually do is we can hook these up to the appropriate actions. So for the on draw winner, I'm going to go ahead and say on click draw. Is it on draw winner? Draw winner, draw winner. There we go. For the withdraw winnings, oh sorry, on click withdraw winnings, withdraw commission. No, what was it? On withdraw commission. And then for restart, it was on restart draw. And for refund all, it was on refund. No, it was on, yeah, on refund all. There we go. Okay, boom. I think we bloody done it. That was fast. All right, so yeah, because we had the helper functions there. So it was kind of ready to do. So let's give this a damn try. First thing I want to do is I want to restart the draw. So refund all, you can only refund everyone once the draw ends. So I'm not going to wait for that, right? But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to restart the draw, withdraw my commission, buy some tickets, and withdraw a winner between two different people. So first things first, let's restart the draw. Let's see if this works. So restart draw, and as I am admin, I can do this. And yes, if you're wondering, how did he do that in the thing? It's because inside of the Solidity code, it will check that I am the admin. So we have a modifier in Solidity code, which is actually going to check, and it will actually block me if I'm not admin to do it. And plus you won't see it on the screen, so you can't do it. Right? So this should restart the draw in just a second, guys. Hello from El Salvador. What's up, dude? Do you go for oh, nice. There we did it. Yeah. Boom. Okay. Nice. Do you ever start every player like control panel where you can see it? I mean, no, we don't. Not at this point. You can do it. Feel free to do it. Right. So at this point, I'm going to withdraw the commission. So we're going to withdraw our commission numbers from here. So 0.013. So this will actually go ahead and allow me to withdraw our commissions. So at this point, we should see our commission drain to 0. All right. Oh, Jay, look at the timings, dude. As we getting it in. So withdrawing the commissions, going to 0.0. Wait for it. There you go. We withdrew the commission, and let's go ahead and buy. I'm going to buy 2 tickets for this guy, and I'm going to buy like 10 for the other guy. So he's got a higher chance of winning. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. And obviously, yes, you can make. There's a lot of probabilities and stuff you can go ahead and iron out. This is purely educational, right? So 2 tickets for this guy. Let's go over to this one here and buy 10 tickets. Bam, 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 bam. 10. Buy. Awesome stuff. You see, he's not an admin. You can only just buy. So 0.1. Yep, that's correct. Confirm. Oh, let's get the energy up as we get to the winner. Let's get that. Oh, 10 tickets. Nice. Right, we're going to go back to our admin. Boom. Okay, we got the admin controls. I'm going to draw a winner now, picking a lucky winner. We have to accept that. Draw a winner ticket. Boom. Okay, confirm. Picking a lucky winner. This is where it's calculating. It's doing all the magical stuff. Oh my God, what's going to happen? Wait for it. The suspense. Oh my God. Hey, winner's been selected. Was it this guy? No. And which kind of makes sense. The other guy had better probability. So if I go ahead and log in as the other guy, he comes into in his count. He's like, oh my God, I won the lottery. This is crazy. Sick. See, right? Works. So at that point, winner, winner, chicken dinner, you just won 0.1 Matic. And then I can go ahead and withdraw my winnings. So like, oh my God, let's go buy that new Ferrari. Withdraw my winnings. Smash thumbs up if you enjoyed that as well. All right. Withdrawing the winnings, and just like this. Happy because this is another fun build actually. Thank you so much. All right, wait for it. And then this should actually withdraw the winnings. So we should see here, I've gone from 0.12 to 0.23. Boom. Done. And also, look at this, how A5 just won 0.0108. So confirmed, works, responsive, everything is perfect. Whoo-wee, that is sick. Right, look at that. Log in. Oh my God. Nice, guys. Look at that. Exact same. Bam. Amazing, guys. Amazing. Here you could refund. I'll show you guys on the actual production one because this one ran out. So you can actually log into this one, and because we're not drawing a winner, but you could actually refund everyone at this point if you wanted to. So what this will do is like refund all. So imagine everyone had like, you know, bought tickets or whatever, and you said, no, we've canceled the lottery this time. There's been a mistake. Then you can refund, and everyone actually gets paid according to who bought tickets, which is pretty cool, right? So we'll go through and it'll actually pay everyone their sort of winnings. But there you go, all refunded successfully. Bam. What? What is happening in Web3 world, man? This is so cool that you can do this stuff. But it wouldn't be possible without the amazing guys over at Thirdweb deploy. Thirdweb. Honestly, the Thirdweb deploy was absolutely incredible. It was the reason why we could do this. They absolutely smashed it with this one. I can't even lie. I had so much fun writing this up. It was awesome. And I cannot even begin to imagine the power at our hands with this kind of stuff, right? As I mentioned before, the Solidity smart contract in the description, second link. First link, if you want to go ahead and sign up, make sure you use the referral link, the first link in the description, when you sign up to Thirdweb, because it's going to help you out. It's going to help us out. Helps everyone know that, you know, the Papa Fam brought you to Thirdweb. So guys, overall, yeah, this has been your boy Papa React, Sunny. And this has been one of my favorite builds, period. Absolutely one of my favorite builds. It was challenging, it was hard, it was really tricky to figure out. It was a new programming language. We made it, it was awesome. Absolutely incredible stuff. And I hope to God you learned a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna run through the last few things about what we did in this build to wrap this video up. Today, we learned how to deploy your first ever Solidity smart contract across different networks using Thirdweb's amazing deploy features. So deploy to Ethereum blockchain, you can deploy to Polygon blockchain, you can deploy to Binance. You can do loads of stuff. It's literally available, whatever's available in Thirdweb, deploy your contract to them. Remember, you actually own your smart contract, which is incredible, awesome stuff. Thank you for another donation. Cool stuff, JBA, goes absolute fire. Appreciate you. You guys learned how to code a bit in Solidity for the first time ever on the channel. We gave you a little bit of exposure to it. Our main focus was on Next.js, React, Tailwind, all that good stuff. How to implement the kind of, you know, the power of that smart contract inside of an application in the form of a lottery draw. Okay, so again, I want to iterate, this is only for educational purposes. We are not endorsing any form of gambling or anything like that. And you are liable for your own risk and your loss, risk and losses, all that kind of stuff is your own take, right? We're just teaching you how to do this stuff. Don't risk your money, right? And you learned how to do a bit of TypeScript today as well, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, you built an awesome app with some responsive design. It was absolutely incredible. We are literally flying with the likes. Guys, as always, this has been your boy Papa Rat. It's only right we end it the way that we know best. And I'm trying to find the main song. There we go. So this has been an amazing build. Incredible stuff. As I mentioned before, it's so fun to try out new tech. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel because we have so much content coming. I'm not joking, guys. We've got a backlog and it's coming out every single other, oh my God, it's coming out big. And trust me, I'm working hard right now. Me and Jay are overtime right now. Things are flying. So if you enjoy this content, hit the subscribe, hit that bell notification icon to make sure you don't miss out on any of our videos. Thank you guys for 160,000 subscribers. If you're watching this past that, they're bloody amazing. And we hit 1 million the other day on Uber, which was incredible. The Papa Fam is why I'm here. It's why I do what I do. Thank you so much to every single one of you. Thank you to Thirdweb for sponsoring this video and for being damn awesome. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Peace, Papa Fam. Let's go. Thank you guys. I will see you in a future build. Peace.